Well, it happened yesterday morning. For those that might have missed this, it occurred, roughly, what would you say, 7:36, 7:37, somewhere in that vicinity?
Yeah, about that time. Yeah, that's right.
I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. We were talking about something, and that's when the blurt occurred here on the MJ Morning Show. Here is a quick little excerpt of what occurred.
I mean, if we would Photoshop him on a really buff guy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Hey guys, I got married.
And that was it. That was the blurt. Just out of nowhere, Roxanne blurts, "Hey guys, I got married."
How else should you say it? Just get it out there.
The blurt heard round the world.
Well, it wasn't built up in any fashion. It was just that. It was just a blurt.
Yeah, that's it.
It was a blurt out of nowhere. There was no buffering. There was no build up. Hey guys, I've got something really important to talk about. It was just a blurt. I got married. And with that, we found out that Roxanne got married on Sunday by some, justice of the peace or an officiant, and you just got married on Clearwater Beach somewhere? Or
a roving officiant, a mobile officiant.
Yeah, driving just some compact car with, stickers on the window. I'll marry you. Something to that effect.
Yeah, at Sankey. So you guys were giving me a hard time. Well, a couple of you guys were giving me a hard time about the cohesiveness of my story. And so I went back and watched it yesterday, and it was quite easy to follow. It wasn't out of order. It wasn't too complex for anyone to figure out. And then I realized it's impossible to hear.
No, Michelle listened to it, and it was pretty all over the road.
Oh, well, if Michelle said it, then it's got to be true.
Well,
no, I do. I mean that sincerely.
Let her finish her thought.
No. Yeah. Then I
realized,
realized, because all of my text messages were like, I love the story, I love the story. I was like, let me listen to this. It got a little jumbly towards the end when I was trying to tell the story part about the carjacking, and I was feeling very rushed. But that's how you tell a story. You build up. Is it going to happen? Are they going to make it to the beach? Or is some calamity going to take place? But then I realized it's impossible to digest information when your mouth is moving and words are coming out. So those of you who were in the room,
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
Those of you who were talking couldn't hear what I was saying and couldn't follow along.
Roxanne, I don't know that I can completely appreciate you telling me how to build up a story when you announced this in a blurt.
A blurt.
The blurt.
So Michelle said that after hearing your story yesterday, it sounded like you were out of your mind. That's
No, she didn't.
She did. No, she did.
She texted me and she said, "You left out all the good parts."
Oh,
and I go, yeah. I said it's kind of hard when there are three. Sorry to this room full of lovely gentlemen, but three chatty Cathys.
You blurted that you got married, and then you went into this.
So wait a second. Are we going to spend the next 10 minutes talking about how I didn't tell the story the right way? Is that what this is about?
No. It was a crazy, like, shaggy dog story. The story was you cut yourself on Gulf to Bay and you were profusely bleeding, and that every CVS store magically closed at 3 o'clock on Sunday. And what were the other elements? There were a bunch of other, like, crazy elements.
You and Doug were having pillow talk, and suddenly there was like sex robots are going to kill the world.
Oh, that's right. You brought up sex robots.
There were a lot of elements to the story,
and guess what? This is called an entertainment morning show, and that's exactly what we do every day is bring a lot of elements and a lot of craziness.
It
Last time I checked.
sounded like a mental institution radio show for a couple of minutes. No, it was.
Is this some sort of intervention?
No,
because if it is,
not at all.
I have no problem taking the day off.
No.
Maybe you should, Roxanne. Nobody needs to be defensive. We're just talking here.
I'm just saying that I'm very excited. It was thrilling that you blurted out that you got married, but then the subsequent story was like the most bizarre hallucinogenic story I've ever heard. It was like you guys were tripping on shrooms or something.
One of the most. Let's not give it the honor of being the most. One of the most. I mean, I don't want Roxanne to feel like we're badgering her story.
I don't.
Okay, great. Listen.
No, we're not. This is not a teardown. It's actually, it was bizarre in the sense that I do.
Leave it to you guys to take a beautiful moment and turn it into a
critique
about.
What are you guys
Well,
doing?
I don't understand. I'm very perplexed at this moment.
We're
in time.
not. It was just, you had to listen to it. It was Bizarro World.
It wasn't. Advanced calculus. It wasn't splitting atoms. It was telling a sequential story. But you guys can't keep your mouth shut for 2 seconds. So, of course, you can't follow a sequential story.
You were going on for 25 minutes. You don't want to stay.
Yes, I was. What do you think you do? You go on for 4 hours a day, MJ. That's what we do here.
I don't know if this is the right forum.
Hold on. I'm just saying, did you want like a 25-minute monologue?
I did, actually. I did.
Then that's a podcast.
Listen, I'm excited for you. I'm thrilled for you. I'm just pointing out that I didn't know what was happening yesterday with your story, which culminated with you getting married on the beach by an officiant on Sunday. I'm just saying that it was a loony story from the blurt all the way to you finally got married on the beach. That's all I'm saying. I'm not tearing you down.
I wouldn't expect someone of your spectrum of emotion to quite understand everything that was said yesterday,
Roxanne,
but it's okay.
I don't want your
What
story.
are you calling me, a simpleton?
Well, I mean,
Someone of your ilk.
You're amazing. The amazing part about MJ is the extreme complexities and the amazing simplicities all in one person.
Exactly.
Listen, Roxanne, regardless of the story, I don't want anything to mask my sincere happiness for you and Doug in your new chapter of life.
There's no detraction here. I'm not trying to detract. I think it was a special, beautiful moment. Your blurt was phenomenal. It surprised me. I like to be surprised. I'm just saying that the subsequent story was just... It was almost like you were on hallucinogenic medication. That's all I'm saying.
MJ, can we call the story unique? Just call it unique.
It's
okay,
special.
I'm gonna have to. Do you want me to read some text right now? Because I'm going to tell you what people think. Your story was easier to follow than MJ's pizza and food stories.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
Kim told me it was very entertaining, and she thought it was awesome.
Thank you.
I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining.
And that's exactly what we do around here.
Listen,
For a story he could not follow, he sure remembers a lot of the details. That's another text. They were not shut up yesterday, and that's why you kept getting interrupted.
Roxanne.
Especially MJ.
Okay.
Roxanne, don't take this personally.
I'm not taking
have
it personally. I'm laying the facts out so you have a better understanding of what happened.
My wife said it sounded like you had a head injury.
I
Oh,
love
no,
I
she
love
didn't.
Michelle with all my
Roxanne
heart.
doesn't
I
have it.
respect Michelle, so we'll put that in the head injury category.
Michelle only thinks one of us has a head injury, and that's me.
Anyway, again, here's the blurt. Happened about 7:35 yesterday
I
morning.
mean, if we would like Photoshop him on like, a really buff guy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Hey guys, I got married.
And that was it.
Andrew, can you isolate just the blurt?
Yeah, give me just the blurt.
I don't need to hear me talking for 3 seconds and MJ talking for 2.
Yeah, give me just the blurt of, hey guys, I got married. All right, and we're just getting rolling here.
The bridal blurt.
I'm working hard here. I'm trying to put this sucker together today, and I'm waiting for the next blurt. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know whether it's going to be a blurt from me, Roxanne again, from Fester, from Froggy. I don't know. Will there be potentially another blurt this morning on the MJ Morning Show on a Friday? Just getting rolling. 6:09. Traffic's on. Let's grab Pat with the latest. Then the MJ Morning Show is back in a second. MJ Morning Show, it's Q105. It is 6:21 on a Friday morning. And yes, next week, give me some more time to narrow it down, but next week I will make the initial announcement on the big announcement. So you'll know what's coming up, what's going on, and I will be able to give you the time frame of when it shall begin. But just give me a little bit of time this morning to tell you exactly what date and time that we'll do this tomorrow, next week. So it's probably going to be, early next week that I'm going to make the announcement, 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere in that vicinity. But hold on, just give me some time. I will offer clarity during the course of the show this morning. But the big thing is a massive announcement is coming from the MJ Morning Show. So stand by. You are going to like it. Got an update here as we were talking about this early yesterday morning. We talked about this multiple times during the show, and that was the 4:45 in the morning emergency alert test that blasted across cell phones all across the state of Florida. And the update on that is that the company that is responsible for administering these tests screwed up. And, now they're out of a job because apparently they've been fired. Ron DeSantis, the governor here in Florida, he tweeted 19 hours ago, "I've ordered Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie to bring swift accountability for the test of the emergency alert system in the wee hours of the morning. This was a completely inappropriate use of this system. Stay tuned."
I don't care how you feel about the governor. You have to agree with that.
My goodness, you don't think that's a little harsh? Fire them?
No, he said swift accountability.
Why would you have to qualify that statement with, "I don't care what you have to think about the governor"?
Some people like the guy, some people hate the guy. I agree.
Yeah, but I don't even know why. That's just irrelevant. You don't need to bring that
He's
up.
a political figure. Gee, yeah, you do.
No, you don't need to bring that up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, Florida's united over one thing.
I'm just saying that you don't need to distract the story with that. It's not a political issue. I don't care who the governor is, whether it's a Democrat or Republican. It doesn't matter.
Everything's a political issue.
No, it's
We
not.
don't do politics.
Listen, let me tell you what's not political. Waking up early in the morning to fake alarms.
4:45 in the morning. So it was unacceptably disruptive. The Florida Division of Emergency Management, that's called the FDEM, the FDEM, sheds new light on the emergency alert that was mistakenly sent to millions of Floridians before sunrise yesterday. In an apology, the division said the 4:45 a.m. alert was intended for television screens. Now, we had that yesterday. That was news that had come out. So it was supposed to go on the TV screens. And you know what? That kind of sucks. Have you ever been watching TV locally here and suddenly like an Amber Alert comes on for like some county in the Panhandle, or you get an Amber Alert for like Volusia County on the entire other side of the state, and it's like, wait a minute, I feel bad that there's an Amber Alert that a kid could be in danger. I mean, listen, I feel terrible, but you do Amber Alerts when something is occurring in our vicinity, whether it's Hillsborough, Polk, Pasco, Pinellas, Manatee, Sarasota, the nearby counties. But it just doesn't make sense to me for certain things like I don't think they do silver alerts. However, it doesn't make sense to do these takeovers and these big blurts of emergency broadcasts when you're dealing with something that's geographically very far away. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So now, and with the TV deal, what I was getting ready to say is when I've been watching TV and like an alert comes over, or sometimes it's just a test, man, it takes over your TV and you can't do jack. It even takes over my TiVo. It takes over my TiVo box. And sometimes I've had those alerts come on and blow up whatever I'm watching for like 5 minutes. Has that ever happened to you?
I don't use the TiVo like that.
Andrew, you've seen it, right?
Yes,
no,
I
no,
have.
it's not. No, it's just not. It's your regular TV and cable box. I'm just saying that it's happened on my TiVo where you'd think that I can shut it off. All right, I'm just going to put a recording on. It won't even let me do that. It like takes over everything. Cable box, TVs. I'm just using TiVo as an example.
Okay.
All right, so Andrew, when did that happen to you last? Where like you're watching something and suddenly your TV viewing is obliterated? When was the last time that happened to you?
I don't remember specifically. I remember the occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it happened, but I don't specifically.
What were you watching?
I would say I haven't watched a TV box or a cable in like 2.5, 3 years.
A TV box?
Yeah, I mean, I've returned all my stuff. I don't have that. I've Netflix and Paramount Plus, which I boost from a listener.
Well, the point, though, is your TV taken over?
I don't think I've ever seen it on my streaming services.
That's I don't know about streaming services. That's a good question. So the Florida Department of Emergency Management, they're saying unacceptable that the 445 test that blurted on people's phones, which the message read emergency alert test. This is a test of the emergency alert system. No action is required. That's what was blared on phones. Now, my phone was on silent, and my phone didn't make noise. But we heard from other people that their phones were on silent as well. We heard from people that said that their computer, their phone, well, your phone is a computer, but that their phone was not supposed to make noise. It wasn't making noises for notifications like email, and if somebody had called, the phone either was going to vibrate if it was on vibrate, or if it was on silent, nothing was going to happen. But people are saying even in those hush modes that the tone, that screeching, like the world is ending tone, that it blurted out. So, again, I don't know whether it has to do with the settings on your phone, whether you allow these emergency alerts to pierce through. On my phone, it was quiet.
My phone is on silent every night, and it blared.
All right. Well,
Me.
there you
My
go.
phone's always on silent, actually.
Also, the Governor DeSantis, he put out that message and this was a tweet that he put out 19 hours ago, yesterday. DeSantis, he tweeted, or somebody in his office tweeted, I've ordered Florida Division of Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie to bring swift accountability for the test of the emergency alert system in the wee hours of the morning. This was a completely inappropriate use of the system. And I guess and then it says stay tuned. So I guess they acted fairly quickly. Did you tell me, Fester, that you saw that they fired the company?
Yeah. The governor Kevin Guthrie ended the contract with the company called Everbridge.
All right. Now scroll it up to the very top so I can read the beginning of the story. All right. The headline is Florida ends contract with tech company after early emergency alert. All right. Nothing says good morning like a very, very, very early wake up, according to Axios Tampa Bay. So where does it say they ended the contract?
Governor DeSantis issued a sharp rebuke.
Yep. That's what I just read from his Twitter feed.
DeSantis got what he ordered.
The division told Axios it severed its contract with Everbridge, a company that provides technical coding and instructions to push out alerts. So there we go. I guess that was pretty damn swift if they fired the company that was in charge of the coding to administer these alerts. Also somebody that I know in law enforcement, they sent me a text yesterday. There's like a published list of when the alerts are supposed to happen. And let me bring this up. So I've got it here from yesterday. So I have there's a grid, the 2023 EAS test schedule for cell phones. And I'm telling you right now that this should have been known, because for April the 20th, the time was set at 4:50 a.m. So this was published. This should have been known. I'm looking at the grid. So in January, they were testing on January 20th. It was 1:50 p.m. February the 21st. Oh, that was also 4:50 a.m.
But was that meant for TV? I understand the time, but it's just the medium. That's the problem.
Those must have been the TV times. So they did say that yesterday, or the 20th, that it was supposed to be at 4:50 a.m. on TV, and somehow it got coded and it hit all these damn cell phones. So, hey, the good news is I don't think that we're going to have a test again in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night. My phone is on alert. In the middle of the night. All right, man.
That was good, guys.
Just get rolling
The
here.
barbershop quartet.
I got a great pile of early morons in the news. Next on the MJ Morning Show. Listen, there's never a shortage. That's one thing you can count on. The morons are pervasive, and they make an appearance next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. All right, here we go. The early edition of Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew at 6:41. You know, I'm a little upset with myself. I meant to do this yesterday, and I forgot. So it is a day late and $1 short, but still the story's a bit humorous. It was a 420 related story. Froggy,
Come on.
Froggy,
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything special on 420 yesterday? Just out of curiosity.
I worked all day. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, he's having the 420 after party this morning.
Yeah.
I smell. I
I had to make up for lost time.
I can smell it right now.
That's my new cologne, actually.
Why
It's
not make
called
it a
Relax.
week-long event? 420, 421, 422,
Why not?
423, yeah, just make it the entire month of April.
Hey, no incidents yesterday, huh? No?
Yeah.
On
So,
420?
well,
you were so worried about?
well, 419 and 420, I'm just always concerned because some bad things have happened on 419 and 420, and sicko wackos tend to like anniversary dates. So I'm always concerned of things happening on 419 and 420. You know, Columbine, Oklahoma City bombing, David Koresh and the whole Branch Davidians thing and Waco back in the, early 90s. So what is it about 420? Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. The new Cumberland Borough Police Department says that they were encouraging a benign 420 day, and they offered special services to residents on a day that's typically known for the whole cannabis marijuana culture.
What an awkward time, by the way, potheads.
The department in Pennsylvania said that they were willing to check any product for free that residents wanted to bring to the police station.
No.
So if you'd like us to check out the safety of your weed, would you like us to test it to make sure it's not laced with like fentanyl or something or Ajax or whatever?
Well, if you have a medical card and you go to a dispensary, you have to worry about that at all.
But also, listen to this. See, this is why I'm doing the story. Because the old police department thing, hey, if you're concerned about the quality of your drugs, or if you think you might have been sold bad drugs, or if you think you might have been ripped off, for instance, if you thought you were buying a bag of Coke and you might have gotten a bag of talcum powder or some King Arthur flour.
And you'd know that by the time you're halfway through the bag.
Or actually white lily flour. That's the flour you want for great Southern buttermilk biscuits. So, police departments in the past have said, hey, bring it by. We'll check out your drugs. Well, the little twist to this story was that if you brought your marijuana on 420 day yesterday to the Cumberland County Police Department in Pennsylvania, for your troubles, they were also going to give you a regular-sized bag of Doritos.
It's actually awesome.
Well, you kind of do get the munchies, don't you?
So they weren't arresting people. That's the best part.
Oh, I think that there might have been an arrest.
They give you a Dorito, then they arrest you?
Yeah, well, you get a little snack in the cell, in the holding cell. Yeah, police also said if someone wants to turn in your dealer, they'll give you a family-sized bag of Doritos.
Give me a break. Wait, regular size isn't family size?
No. So you'd get a regular-sized bag of Doritos if you brought your marijuana by the police department. And if you wanted to turn in your marijuana dealer, then you'd get the family-sized bag. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these snack bags these days are expensive, like a big bag of potato chips. Aren't those knocking on $6 these days?
It's more than you think. You're exactly right.
They could have at least done Funyuns.
Funyuns.
My favorite treat.
Yeah.
The alliteration works perfectly. They called it Doritos for dealers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that was the deal for the Cumberland, Pennsylvania Police Department. Yeah, so April 20th, that is known for, cannabis culture. And, the whole and I don't know if this is urban legend or if this was actually substantiated, but where did 420 actually come from? Why 420?
Okay.
I think I know.
And according to legend, it started in California in Marin County in 1971 when 5 students would meet at 4:20 p.m. after school to smoke marijuana. And that's
not real.
That's the story of allegedly 420.
I want to talk to these people who started this.
So I don't know if that's real or fake.
So according to Time Magazine, which is a reasonably trustworthy, I guess they're a pretty good journalistic outlet. The most credible story traces back to 420 in Marin County, California.
Dude, I just said that whole thing.
I'm just telling you.
Marin County.
There's other sources that's
like
backing
the
up
San
this claim.
Francisco Bay Area is where that is, Marin County. So that's allegedly the story. Now, I've got 2 marathon stories. We don't have usually one, but then we have 2 marathon-related stories. The first one, and I usually don't do, foreign stories. However, this kind of, adds to the domestic story. Did you see that a Scottish runner, Josiah Zakruski, was disqualified from a Scottish ultra marathon? Why? Because they found out, according to the Strava app, which I use that. I have the Strava app.
Never heard of it.
I use it for my walks with the dogs to keep track of my time and my distance.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
No, I
You
just
put
want.
up your time online. Hey, this is
No,
how far I
no,
walked
I don't.
today.
No,
look, I made it look like a wiener.
I don't share my information. My account is private. I don't need people knowing my email address and who I am, where I'm walking. So my Strava account is private. But according to data uploaded to Strava, they found that this marathon runner,
Yeah, what did he do? How did he get disqualified?
it was a she,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and she actually got into a car and was in a car for 2.5 miles of the race.
That's smart,
Isn't
actually.
that like the one rule of racing is don't get in a car?
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
there's a bunch of rules, but I think that's a pretty big
I
one.
think that's frowned upon, Fester. Thank you.
Think.
It's a brilliant
I
observation
didn't know
over
that
there.
Josiah Zakawaki was a female runner. I apologize to Josiah.
Yeah, so this runner was disqualified because the Strava app showed that they were in a car. Got third place and was feeling unwell when she accepted her trophy. But ultimately, they discovered the truth and was disqualified from the ultra marathon.
Feeling unwell from what? Sitting in a car?
After the tracking, I don't know whether that was a cover story. Who the hell knows?
Oh, that was such a tough run.
Yeah.
Motion sickness.
Race officials grew suspicious after data Zach Rushke uploaded to the running and cycling app Strava showed that she ran a mile in just 1 minute 40 seconds.
Damn. That's fast.
Yes.
Oh, man. That's crazy. Yeah, anyway. And this Zach Rushke is a doctor who lives in Australia. So a doctor kind of hoodwinked the whole deal.
That's smart, actually. You can keep her heart in check.
And then there's a second running story.
Wow.
A Boston runner for the Boston Marathon was caught stopping and pooping in somebody's yard. I guess when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, what do they do when they have to go, though? Don't they wear diapers?
There was video posted on Twitter, and it shows a runner who stopped in somebody's yard, a residential neighborhood, and just started pooping, pulled the pants down and started pooping in their yard like a dog.
Oh my God! Look at the still.
Yes, there's popping a squat in somebody's yard.
Well,
there's their house. There's the driveway. There's a fence that is next to the neighbor's place, and then just squatting and pooping in someone's yard.
So what do they do when they have to go? What do you expect?
After about 20 seconds, the runner got back up, cut through some trees lining the front yard, and just hopped back into the race.
Do they have duty places in those races?
I mean, they have to have like maybe.
I would imagine there are porta
Porta-
potties
yeah.
that line the route.
Yeah.
But man, that's some crazy stuff right there. So I can't tell you the last time we had a marathon story, and now I've got two marathon stories back to back. That's why we call it Morons in the News, folks, on the MJ Morning Show. All right, 6:51. And, so I will shortly. I'm going to kind of give you a little update on the big announcement. We are going to make a big announcement next week. It's going to be huge. You're going to love it. I'm not going to give you the announcement yet, but I'm going to kind of narrow it down. I'm going to tell you when it's going to happen, and I will get into that next. I'm sorry. I meant to do it in that segment, but I didn't get around to it. So hold on. We'll get to that next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Now, if you... out of the way. I think I'm going to set. What is that look on your face, Fester? You just have the goofiest, dopiest look on your. It's like, duh.
Okay. You totally lied. You're not getting anything out of the way.
I don't know if Andrew got that on camera, but you're like, yeah.
You're not getting anything out of the way.
Yes.
You're like, let's get the big announcement out of the way.
Right.
No, the big announcements. You're just setting an appointment to when you're going to make the big announcement, right?
Yes, so I'm delivering that information now. So I'm saying before I do any other content, I'm getting it out of the way that I'm going to tell you when I'm going to make the big announcement of what's coming up.
God. So you're making an announcement as to when you're going to make the announcement to when you might possibly make the announcement.
No, I'm making the announcement that I'm going to make the announcement of what the big announcement is going to be.
So we still won't know what the announcement is after you've spoken today, right?
So you'll actually get nothing out of the way.
You will know. You will know right now when you're going to hear the announcement of what the big announcement is.
Okay.
So here we go.
With the announcement.
Wednesday morning next week at 7:30. Next Wednesday morning, 7:30, I'm going to make a massive announcement. So now you know. You listen next week, Wednesday, 7:30 in the morning, and I'm going to tell you exactly what this massive upcoming event is on the MJ Morning Show that is going to benefit our listeners. Our listeners are going to love. There could be a couple of kook sacks out there, but I don't know. But I think people are going to like this. So mark your calendars now. Put it in your little calendar on your phone. Wednesday morning, 7:30 a.m., right here on the MJ Morning Show. Big announcement. So what was wrong with what I just did?
I mean, the way you said, hey, let's get it out of the way, the big announcement. I'm like, oh, my God, he's going to make the big announcement right now?
No, I'm getting out of the way that I'm going to tell you when we're making the big announcement. And you're going to find everything is going to be crystal clear. Everything. Wednesday morning at 7:30, right here on the MJ Morning Show. You want to listen. Trust me. And I probably will not mention it at all from here on out. I'll probably completely forget and not promote it anymore until we actually blurt it out on Wednesday morning at 7:30 a.m.
Another blurt?
So, no, that's not going to happen. I will remind you probably ad nauseum, Monday, Tuesday, and up until 7:30 on Wednesday morning that the big announcement is coming. All right, now, all of you guys have cruised recently, right?
Yeah, I think I cruised last summer.
You Cruised, Fester.
No.
Roxanne, did you cruise? Were you on a cruise?
No, you're confused because I said I was going to be on a boat.
You mean I'm confused
You're
or I'm
concruised.
concruised?
You're concruised.
I'm concruised.
And contused. No, we were going to be on a boat, but then we weren't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a cruise ship.
No, I know that your boat trip was, you guys were supposed to go on a private yacht trip with Derek Jeter, which I think would have been phenomenal. However, it was canceled because the weather sucked. And that was sort of the weather that brought the 2.5 feet of rain to Fort Lauderdale. But I thought that in the last, you've never been on an actual cruise ship with the family?
The last time I went on a cruise ship was in 2010.
Oh, so that would have been way before the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah,
So
my kids have never been on a cruise ship.
It wasn't recently.
And on return. All right, so Froggy, you've been on a cruise recently.
Yes, sir, yes.
All right, so it's Froggy and Fester that have been on a cruise. I thought you were, Roxanne, but my bad. Now, do you know what is absolutely, strictly prohibited on a cruise? Apparently, this really pisses the cruise people off. If you do this on a cruise, oh boy, they'll eject you. They will ban you. What can you not do on a cruise?
Bring liquor?
You could bring some stuff. You could bring a bottle of wine, right?
Wow, a bottle of wine for a week. Great.
Well,
That's not what I'm looking.
It's 4 bottles of wine.
I think they have. Yeah, I think they have a limit of the amount of booze you can bring on.
You can't bring liquor, but I do know a way to get liquor on a boat.
Dude, you have to empty the wine bottle, then put the liquor in the wine bottle, then you have to reseal it.
Don't they
Did you see the
X-ray?
video of the person who did that?
Don't they X-ray your luggage?
No, they put it through Well, X-ray like at the airport.
It's
yeah.
very lazy.
But that guy doesn't get. It's the laziest on board.
Hold on. They X-ray your luggage so they can see what's inside.
yeah.
When you
and
get
they'll
on the
see-
cruise ship.
They see 4 bottles of Chardonnay,
Yeah, so they know what you're bringing on,
but
they don't
there's
know what-
liquor in it.
Yeah, I don't know what's in the bottle. I had one friend that used to buy like this super like gallon-sized Sam's Club mouthwash, and they'd put vodka in it and like 4 drops of food coloring. And I'm like, you're going on a 3-day cruise and you're bringing a gallon of mouthwash.
Come on. The cruise security's got to be onto that racket.
No, dude, they don't. They're
All
not.
right, come on. What?
Is it something illegal? Well, no, you can't do illegal things. I'm trying to think drug related.
Nope, it's
You
not.
can't-
Nope.
It's not.
Nope.
You can't smoke marijuana.
Nope. Well, I'm sure you're not supposed to smoke marijuana.
Well, I do have a way.
Froggy, how did you get by on that Disney cruise?
Oh, well, let's just say there are ways.
Hey, kids, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Hi, Mickey.
So,
No,
Is
I had
it-
to go. I had to go
Hey,
without
it's
for a
me.
few days.
Well, why is there smoke coming out of my eye hole?
That's why we double up on the booze.
is it buffet related?
It is not. Come on.
Of course, that's your
No.
guess.
No. Come on. Something you cannot do on a cruise ship.
Punch the captain in the throat.
You will get thrown off. They will ban you.
Okay, well, they're all, in a tizzy about germs, right? Because you don't want a big COVID cruise.
Not anymore.
You
Is
don't
it
want to.
hygiene related?
You don't want to smear your neurovirus butt on the handrails
I know it's not puke in
Or-
the pool.
or on the buffet table. No.
Thatcher's kid puked in the
Yeah,
pool. You
you-
didn't get kicked out.
Puke in the
right,
pool
all right.
might be it. You just have to get caught for it.
I got to tell you.
Yeah.
For real, your
All right.
hints again are just the pits.
Carnival Cruise Lines
Dude, you have to do something crazy to get kicked off a Carnival.
Yeah.
Anything goes in Carnival.
has banned passengers for fishing off of their balcony.
Oh, I've thought about that.
You apparently this is a big no-no. You cannot bring a fishing rod and fish off your balcony into the ocean.
I had no idea.
Well, those stops you go to, I mean, you stop at a place for 5-10 hours and you're just sitting there. Why not?
Some beautiful water, some beautiful
Yeah.
fishing.
You are not permitted. So here's the deal. If you want fish, you better just hope they have it on the buffet. So at least 2 passengers on a recent Carnival Cruise Line voyage have been banned for life. I mean, come on.
Life?
Is that a little much?
Live Carnival, come on.
Come on. Is that a little too much? You're fishing off of your balcony on the cruise ship and you're banned for life. So Carnival has said you're persona non grata after footage appeared to show one of these passengers fishing from the balcony of their cabin.
Did he catch something?
A representative for Carnival Cruise Lines in a statement said fishing from our ships is prohibited.
I guess you could really hurt someone with like the hook. It could swing and grab someone from another balcony.
That
We-
thing could do nothing.
No, that's a good point, Froggy. If you're staying on your balcony, there's a balcony 6 feet above your head, one 6 feet below you, and you cast.
We have identified the guests and they will not be cruising on Carnival again. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like you could stab somebody. It sounds like you could murder somebody on a Carnival Cruise Line, and you might not be banned for life. Maybe a couple of years, but it seems that they are really pissed off if you fish off the balcony in your cabin. For this really torques off Carnival. Now, I'm curious, does this also torque off Holland America? Does this torque off Norwegian?
Is this an industry-wide standard of not being
Royal-
able to fish off your boat?
Royal Caribbean? Do they all have these like visceral reactions? You're banned for life.
Well, it's not like the rooms, the suites are that big. They're kind of packed together, even the ones with balconies. So just picture if everybody wanted to fish at the same time, how tangled all the lines would be getting. So it
freaking
probably
mess.
is like an industry-wide thing.
Anyway, things that you just didn't know. I didn't know this, that Carnival or cruise lines have a conniption if you fish off your balcony, but apparently you do. Hey, for those that didn't hear it, for those that only listen during this time frame, well, first of all, I got to encourage you that you need to listen to more of the MJ Morning Show. Remember that just because you listen to us, let's say in the car or at home, when you get to work or you get to where you're going, you can still listen to us on your phone. Get the Odyssey app. It's all free. Get the Odyssey app, Audacy, and then do a search for Q105 Tampa Bay. Get the iHeart app. Get the MyQ105 app at the App Store or Play Store. Get the TuneIn app, and you can listen to our show because your phone becomes the radio. You get the app, you search for Q105 Tampa Bay, and you get us live on your phone just like you would on your car radio or clock radio at home. So you can keep listening to us. And I also launched Operation MJ9 to make sure you're listening to the show in the 9 o'clock hour because, man, we're solid. We're solid all the way up to close to 10 o'clock every morning. So make sure you keep listening to us. So Roxanne yesterday blurted out.
Hey, guys, I got married.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Roxanne got married on Sunday.
Hey, guys, I got married.
Now, it happened Sunday. Roxanne didn't tell us until yesterday on Thursday, but humongous breaking news as Roxanne is not engaged any longer to Dig Dug. They are now married. They eloped. They got married at Sand Key, and it's a done deal. So, you know what? We're going to have the 24-hour anniversary of the blurt in a few minutes.
Oh, good.
So
right at 7:36.
At 7:36, we're going to have the 24th anniversary of your blurt. So that's coming up in just a bit.
Can I run out and get a cake then? I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah.
Get a Carvel, get a Cookie Puss.
Ooh, I love Cookie Puss.
Fudgy the Whale.
Okay, so they don't have Cookie Puss necessarily, but Publix has Carvel cake.
I know they do.
I can get one.
Yeah, I know. All right, they probably have a Cookie Puss. All right, 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ Morning Show next. Hey, I want to start with a riddle. There is a riddle that apparently kids get that adults don't get. Have you seen this?
I saw it.
All right, hold on.
It's 100% right.
All right, I got a riddle. Riddle me this. And hold on, that's next. You got to hear this and a whole lot more because we got to fill an hour and 20 minutes next. So don't move here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Internet. This is Mission Control. We have an unscheduled disassembly.
A rapid unscheduled disassembly.
Of the MJ Morning Show.
Boy, do we.
Froggy is coming apart. We have an unscheduled rapid disassembly. What do they call it?
A rapid unscheduled disassembly.
All right, folks, that is new gibberish talk for Elon Musk's rocket exploded. That's the line. So
I thought that guy was really smart.
This is a test rocket. You have to launch dozens and dozens of rockets before you get it right.
this huge Starship. So the name of the rocket is Starship. Is that named after
Jefferson Starship.
We built this city on rock
Oh,
and
yes.
roll?
It's my favorite song of all times.
Looking over the gorgeous Howard Franklin Bridge, I see that bumper-to-bumper traffic
See, that's the thing they did in Tampa.
on
'cause
a gorgeous, gorgeous Friday.
on the little radio DJ breakdown, they talk about the Bay Area.
Marconi plays the Mamba. Is that the line? Is that the Marconi plays the Mamba?
I don't think he did.
He might have. He's Italian.
All right, before I go on to the riddle, folks, I've got the riddle. This apparently is the world's hardest riddle. And this has been floating around for a bit. For some reason, it's making the rounds again. But, man, I had a laugh yesterday. Elon Musk's giant Starship rocket blew up. I mean, it exploded. I believe they might have hit the termination button to blow it up because it was like going to be off course. It did not get the thrust it needed. I think 7 of the rockets didn't fire.
Who
Anyway,
makes that? Oh my goodness, blow it up, please. It's not going to do it.
Guys, it's
yeah.
a test. They have to launch hundreds of these things before they
Explode
get
it.
it right.
this
Explode
is a
it.
test. This is only a test.
Hit the
I'm
button.
sorry, Elon. Did I interrupt you, Elon?
It's so simple. I just say hit the button, and then they hit the button, and then explode. I say it's off course. Blow it.
Yeah, Elon's doing a good job blowing up Twitter, isn't he? I'll get into that here in just a second. Now, but SpaceX's launch, and they said they learned a lot from it. And yeah, a lot of times with new rocket technology, you have failures before you have success. But I just thought it was hysterical that the damn thing blew up into a jillion pieces over the Gulf of Mexico after launching from like South Padre, Texas.
What in a-
Boca Chica.
Yeah, it was like a dust field. I've never seen
Hey,
such.
we got Boca Grande. They got Boca Chica over there in Texas.
What was that, woman's mouth?
Mouth of the woman.
Yeah.
Mouth of the girl. Whatever. So, SpaceX, they blew up their rocket, and the description of the rocket getting blown up, a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
which is actually completely correct. Like, exactly what an explosion is.
That's hysterical. All right, if you didn't hear the news, folks, we have a massive announcement coming on Wednesday. Wednesday at 7:30 in the morning. So around this time next Wednesday, I'm going to make a massive MJ Morning Show announcement. You do not want to miss it. Now, on to the riddle. Can you answer what is being described as the world's hardest riddle? Now, this is what's fascinating about the riddle, is that, and listen, this is not brand new. This has been circulating for, a couple of years, but for whatever, it's coming back around again. I can't even remember if we actually talked about it the first time around.
I saw it recently, like the last 2 or 3 days, and I thought it was the first time I've ever seen it and put into that context.
Allegedly, when Harvard students were asked to answer this, 98% of the Harvard students got it wrong. But when kindergartners were asked, 83% of kindergartners got it right.
So it has to be a riddle that you think too hard. You're too smart for the room with the way the adults answer it. If Harvard students can't answer it.
Well, you ready for the riddle?
Yeah.
Here it is. This is the riddle. See if you can answer this riddle. I turn polar bears white, and I will make you cry. I make guys have to pee and girls comb their hair. I make celebrities look stupid, and normal people look like celebrities. I turn your pancakes brown, and I make your champagne bubble. If you squeeze me, I'll pop. If you look at me, you'll pop. Can you guess the riddle?
All right. So I asked my son Hudson, who's a kindergartner, the riddle.
So
And
you read that whole
I read it to him
convoluted.
twice.
That is like someone's on acid.
And he listened.
That riddle.
I told him, I said, listen, I need you to pay attention. I'm going to read something to you. Tell me the answer. And he listened to it twice. I read it for him twice. And he thought about it for a minute. And he kind of looked down and he got a little embarrassed. And then he sheepishly gave me the correct answer.
So
And
you
I-
said to him,
The same thing you just read.
can you guess the riddle?
Yep.
And finally, he gave you the correct answer.
He was, I could see he was going over a bunch of options. And then I asked him again.
And your kid is 6?
He's 6. He's in kindergarten right now. He's probably on the way to kindergarten.
Yep.
And he gave the correct answer.
Very impressive.
Then my wife, who did not go to Harvard, but went to another school to
But
start.
she did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night
She went to.
because you pissed her off and she left the house.
Yes, that's right. A bunch of marital issues going on right now. However, I got this.
Really?
Nah, not really.
All right.
I mean, you know.
Okay.
But I got this riddle out before she left with the kids, and she gave the wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
Yes.
So your wife, who is an adult, I think.
I mean, not quite.
Is
not
it a
quite-
Jerry Lee Lewis situation?
I don't know, as much
right.
as yours is, right? What are you, you're 6 years older than Michelle?
4.
I'm 4 years older than Allison,
4.
so yeah.
All right. So Allison got it wrong. Your 6-year-old kid got it
Hudson got it
right.
right.
All right. One more time. Let me just read you the riddle, then we'll give you the
I
answer.
want to hear it again.
All right. Froggy, pay attention. I turn polar bears white, and I will make you cry. I make guys have to pee and girls comb their hair. I make celebrities look stupid and normal people look like celebrities. I turn your pancakes brown, and I make your champagne bubble. If you squeeze me, I'll pop. If you look at me, you'll pop. Can you guess the riddle?
You know, for the first half of it, I feel like I know the answer, but then when it gets into the celebrity part
I have a guess.
and the look at me and the pop part, I don't know if my answer holds.
The answer is argon gas. So
so Hudson's, wow,
Yeah,
he
it was
really knows his elements.
So amazed.
I'm kidding.
Hudson looked at me.
It's not argon.
He goes, argon gas?
No, it's not. It's
Very
not.
good,
it's,
buddy.
It's raw. No, it's not argon.
Froggy, what do you think it
Or
is?
do you know the answer?
I was going to guess a fart.
Okay. All right.
Why is that? You're a grown man.
A lot of that-
and everything out of your mouth is fart.
Dude, a fart will
Why
turn
don't you
a
get
polar
a
bear
job?
white.
You need to get a job writing for South Park or like Beavis and Butthead
Please.
or something.
That'd be great.
I wish. Where do I
I'll
sign
take
up?
that.
I'll start right now. I quit. I'm going to get a job working for Beavis and Butthead.
All right, here's the answer. You ready, guys?
Roxanne, do you
Is it wind
Hold
or
on.
air or something?
Roxanne, do you know? Do you have a guess? A legitimate guess
Yes,
besides
air.
fart? Air. Okay.
Okay.
Roxanne, do you have a guess?
My
Incorrect.
guess is, like I said, it only holds true for half of it. Water.
The answer is no. The word is no. The answer is N-O. Why? Because when you ask the question, I turn polar bears white, I'll make you cry, I'll make guys have to pee, girls comb their hair, I make celebrities look stupid and normal people look like celebrities, I turn your pancakes brown, and I make your champagne bubble. If you squeeze me, I'll pop. If you look at me, you'll pop. Can you guess the riddle? So the last part of the riddle is, can you guess the riddle? And the answer is no, I can't guess the riddle. The answer is no.
That's
because
dumb
it is
as hell.
it is
so dumb.
It is
It's so dumb.
It is nonsense. This is nonsensical drivel. There is no answer. It is like somebody is on LSD.
And
What a waste.
the kindergartner son looked at it and he thought about it, and Hudson thought about it, and I could see him thinking, and I said, do you know the answer? Can you solve the riddle? And he goes, no. And I was like, that's right.
Well, that is the correct answer.
It was amazing.
You know what? It's that last word or that last sentence. Can you solve the riddle? And the answer is no.
Yep.
When you're not focused on that last sentence. You're just focused on the whole chunk of gobbledygook.
You can put that last sentence.
That would be gobbledygook.
What'd you call it?
Gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook.
Whoa.
Goobity gawk.
Whatever.
I used to
Guac.
use that in my
Goobity
hair.
guac.
Hey, Fester, where did you go to high school?
I went to
Dixie.
a Pinellas County public school, Dixie Hollins High School.
And have they lopped off the Dixie?
Yep, they cut the dicks right off of it.
The dick has been cut right off.
They took
the dicks has been taken right off.
They sliced the dicks right off of Dixie. Boy, I tell you, yeah, it's now called Hollins High School.
Right.
Our mascot was the very offensive Colonel Reb.
Are you
the
serious? All right.
Rebels. And
Well,
they changed that to the Royals.
here's the deal. I thought, because I saw the story, that Hollins High School,
Right.
that their robotics team is going to the World Championship.
That's awesome.
And the only reason why I'm mentioning this is, listen, first of all, I want to congratulate the kids.
Yeah.
Kids on the robotics team at Hollins High School in St. Pete. It's actually going on right now. So the team from Hollins High School, they're practicing for the first robotics championship, and it started on Wednesday, and it goes through this weekend.
Good for them.
Over 190 schools from around the world are in the competition, and the robotics team from Hollins High School and their robotics team are going to, or they're at the World Championship. It's in Houston. So they're in Houston, Texas. Is that an excused absence, by the way?
I think it's an unexcused absence, and you're going to have some real makeup work.
You're going to have some in-school suspension. You got some ISS coming up.
Hey, congratulations, guys.
But also, part of the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because they canceled the Dixie part of Hollins. It used, when Fester went, it was Dixie Hollins, and then whoop, they lopped that dicks right off.
Yeah, they chopped it. Clean chop.
Exactly. It's like a Ken doll now. It's just all clean up front.
Smooth.
It's just smooth plastic down there. Yeah. There's no wang. The Dixie's been taken right off. All right, so that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up.
Hey, good
but
job,
seriously,
robotics team.
but congratulations to the robotics team as well. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 24-hour anniversary of the Roxanne blurt. Oh, it was a very special moment. Don't cry, Roxanne.
I'm not crying.
All right, just making sure.
Listen,
Are you cutting onions over there?
No.
Okay. Are you making a
nice.
salad?
No, I'm
You're
not
making-
crying. I'm trying to think. I definitely cried on my wedding day, but I didn't.
All right.
Not now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time yesterday, Fester was saying something.
We were talking about
What were we talking about?
We were talking about students who have photoshopped pictures of their teachers on like other naked bodies.
Right. Oh yeah, there
And
was a kid in like Texas or something that got in trouble because he was photoshopping one of his female teachers' heads on top of naked bodies and then selling them online.
And I think I said something. Oh, have you photoshopped them on a buff body?
So,
blah blah blah.
This is what happened. 24 hours ago, this is what happened on the MJ Morning Show.
I mean, if we would like Photoshop him on like a really buff guy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Hey guys, I got married.
That was it.
Mm-hmm.
The blurt.
Hey guys, I got married.
Out of nowhere, Roxanne blurts out.
Hey guys, I got married.
And then we went into a long story of Roxanne's wedding day. And ladies and gentlemen, we've really made a joke out of this for, the duration that the MJ Morning Show has been back. And the joke has been that Doug, Roxanne's fiance, had been the fiance for, was it 8 years? What was
Six and a half-ish.
So, but you guys have been together for how long?
Almost 14.
So you've been together for almost 14 years, and you've been fiancéed up for about 6.5?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then finally, over the weekend, folks, on Sunday, they got married. And on yesterday's show, Thursday, 7:37 yesterday, Roxanne just blurts out,
Hey guys, I got married.
and that was it. And then suddenly, they're married.
That's how it goes. I mean,
Wow.
not married, and then boom, married.
Boom, married.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations,
And
a very special time. And of course, you'll never forget the MJ Morning Show recognition of this. Do you call that like shotgun? Well, I guess no.
No.
Yeah, no.
Shotgun is when you-
Shotgun is when there's a baby on the way.
That's right, when you're pregnant. But
There's literally a father with a shotgun pointed at you.
Elopement, maybe.
Elopement.
Yeah.
So, elopement is when you go away and do it and you don't invite a lot of people.
Roxanne, several people have asked me this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you registered anywhere?
Aw, that's so sweet.
Like
no,
a Bed
no,
Bath
I'm
and
not. No,
Beyond or
that is so nice. But I mean, I just don't want any gifts. I just want.
Roxanne, no,
What?
you're
Spencer's.
You're missing
Yeah.
the boat.
Oh,
If you were registered, do you know what kind of haul?
Let's bring back
What?
mystery merch, but only registered stuff for her.
and Roxanne mystery wedding merch.
Roxanne, you missed
Redo
the
it with that.
boat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Roxanne, you needed to be registered. And then after the blurt yesterday, you could have said, and to all of our MJ Morning Show listeners, we are registered at.
All these text messages we got, I could have just copy pasted my link to my registry to all of them.
Every one of them.
Thank you. Here's where my gifts.
Just send
yeah.
registry links.
Yep, they're
No,
registered
it's
at.
okay. That's why you elope. You don't want gifts.
They're registered at Shooter's World. Which, that's where they're registered.
Can you register there?
By the way, I did some target practice last week.
Great.
Can you register there?
I'm sure you can register anywhere. Look, you register at Walmart. You can register at Target. I think you can register at Panera.
Okay.
Yes, I
Get a
want
soup bowl.
I want the broccoli and cheese soup bowl. Yeah. So there you have it. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Roxanne. So special. Do you feel any different
No.
that now you're actually, I mean, you really felt like you were married. You had all the married ups and downs of the fights, the good times, the
Yeah.
bad times.
Yeah,
You know.
the big difference I think is like when he used to go out of town, I would be more annoyed, and now it's like, well, I knew what I was getting myself into.
You know, it's
That's
like
what happens. We get married. You're like, well, I signed up for this.
it, reminds you of the good times. It reminds you of the bad times,
Yes.
right?
Uh-huh. I get knocked down.
Yeah.
I get up again. We get up again.
Exactly. No, roll back. Hold on, roll back. 10 seconds. Roll back. Roll. The good times, the better times, whatever.
Good times, bad times, getting knocked down, getting back up again, bathroom breaks. That's essentially this show.
Exactly. Look at that. Anyway, everyone, congratulate Roxanne on being
Congratulations.
married to. We've got callers want to
Oh,
congratulate.
that's nice.
You know, MJ, if we're going to congratulate anybody,
Yep.
we got to congratulate Doug, who really outkicked his coverage.
Oh, is that like punching above your weight?
Listen, Doug is
Married up? Is that the deal?
as an ugly man, I can say on Doug's best day, he is barely average looking.
Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Who's this?
Yeah,
Kelly, is this
I
you?
wasn't listening to you. What did you?
I said,
It is. This is Kelly. I had my 5-year-old in the car yesterday, but when I got home from work last night, my 7-year-old was so disappointed that we dropped him off already,
Aw.
and he wanted to wish Roxanne congratulations.
Oh, and
Hi,
is he
thank
dropped
you.
off again, or is your 7-year-old in the car right now?
I was just about to text Roxanne saying we had to drop. He's got to be in at 7:45, so he's got 30 seconds.
Oh, all right, hurry up.
Hi
Say,
there.
congratulate. Go.
Go ahead, one more time.
Congratulations, Roxanne.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And I love that you guys listen every day.
Well, hurry up. It's 7:45 now. You're tardy.
Be good.
Suspension.
Going in. Have a great day, guys.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. Thanks for calling. All right. Well,
I'm
there
a
it-
hit with the kids. The kids love me.
Oh, they do. Well, congratulations, Roxanne.
Kids love
a
you.
day that will live in infamy. So- will it last?
I don't. I mean, What are the? Okay, so Doug and I both have divorces behind us. So does that put us? Give us better chances?
Sort of like been there, done that.
If
people said it would never last.
Isn't that what Michael Jackson and what's her face said?
Presley.
at least, yep.
I saw an item, and I've heard of kids doing one thing, but I don't know if I've heard of kids doing this. Oh, wait a minute, though. Oh, maybe, I just thought of something else. Hold on a minute. So I saw this headline. 2-year-old finds ecstasy in mom's drug stash
Oh my God.
and shoves a pill up her nose. Now, I've heard of kids eating everything, or kids, especially young kids, 1-year-old, 2-year-olds, they'll put everything in their mouth. Kids put everything in their mouth.
Yeah.
All right. But have you ever heard of kids shoving stuff up their nose? Is that a thing? And then I just remembered something actually with my brother.
I had to take my kid to the hospital, and he was like 2 for shoving a peanut up his nose.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? I just remembered. I don't think you know what? Wait a sec. You know what? There might be 2 stories in my life because I just thought of one. All right, hold on to that thought. So a mother with her drug stash had ecstasy pills, and her 2-year-old daughter shoved the ecstasy pill up her nose. And ecstasy, also known as
Molly.
Yes, acts as both a stimulant and a psychedelic, so it can make you all jacked up, so it can get you vibrating, but can also introduce distortions in time and perception, enhance enjoyment of certain experiences. Can I make a plea? If you're a drug-using mother, can you keep your stash away from your kids so your 2-year-old doesn't jam the ecstasy pill up their nostril?
I mean, you try, but those kids get into everything. I mean, they're touching and looking at everything.
All right, so Froggy, your kid shoved a peanut up. Which one?
Max, when Max was a little kid, he was eating like peanuts, and one went right up the left nostril.
Now, was it roasted salted, or was it honey roasted?
honey roasted,
Yeah, those are the best.
I like raw peanuts.
Oh,
And it started bleeding. And I
Or
was
you know what? Have you ever seen Hub's peanuts out of Virginia?
Dude, who eats raw nuts, dude? You have to
Ew.
roast them. You have to roast
No,
peanuts.
no.
Oh, no way.
I buy bags of raw cashews
Ugh.
from Trader Joe's, and they're fantastic.
Okay, we're talking, that's cashews. But peanuts, you need to have them roasted, unless you're going to boil them.
Ugh, I hate boiled peanuts.
Oh, no, it's like blah in your mouth.
Now, I'm pretty sure I might be hallucinating on ecstasy right now, but hang on a minute. Let me call Michelle, because for some reason, it just popped into my head that one of our kids, Julian or Chloe, might have shoved a toy up their nose. Because then when I'm doing the story, I remember, when you think of things that you haven't thought of in like 50 years?
Hello.
40 years. Hey, did one of our kids shove an object up their nose?
Yes.
Which kid was it?
Chloe shoved a sequin up her nose.
A what?
From a dance recital costume.
A sequin. One of those little sequins like on a dress.
No, she had a piece of art in the car, like from school.
How old was she when she did it?
We had Julian, and she'd been in school, so she was probably about 4.
And she had a piece of artwork, and it included like those flashy little sequins that you kids might glue to a page.
Yeah.
And she shoved a sequin up her nose. Now, how did you get the sequin out?
You got it out.
Oh, did I? You know what? I don't
in the
remember.
parking lot of the mall.
Did you have tweezers on you?
How did I get it out?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Did you make her do like a farmer rocket or something?
Yeah, like when I took Max to the hospital for it, they just they put an air hose up his other nostril and they
Ooh.
blew the thing right out in like 2 seconds.
Oh, you know what?
What?
I think that's what you did. I think you closed one side and you made her blow really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a snot rocket.
That's what it's called.
Yeah,
I'm really good
Why
at
am I
those.
thinking farmer? So
a sequin snot rocket.
it's a snot rocket, or that's how farmers blow their nose.
Michelle, do you remember what color the sequin was that
I
she?
do not remember the color.
Now, can you hang on the phone? hang on the phone here.
It was yellow and
go.
green by the time she was done with it.
Oh, you got to go?
I gotta go.
Okay, all right. Goodbye, sweetie.
Bye.
Right. So my lovely wife, Michelle, as I'm telling the story, I'm like, you know what? Maybe kids shoving stuff up their nose is a lot more common.
Oh, it's very common.
Because the first thing I remembered was my brother shoved something up his nose when he was a little kid. He also bit a leg off my pet turtle.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
That's horrific.
Oh, yeah.
You got a 3-legged turtle?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
That would be like, I'd be like, my kid's a serial killer.
Yeah, totally.
He's
Harming
biting
animals.
limbs off of animals.
Do you guys want to play Call MJ's brother, Dr. Drew, and see if he remembers what he shoved up his nostril as like a 3-year-old? I don't even know if he might be in surgery right now. Hang on.
Yeah, I remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for What Did MJ's Brother Shove Up His Nose?
Hello.
Hey, Drew, it's your bro. We're live on the air right now. We've got a new game show we're playing. See if you can remember what you shoved up your nose. When you were a little... Well, what?
A color form.
100%.
A what?
A color form, like what I got as a gift
Oh, my God.
from one of the mystery merches.
Dude.
I win Super Bowl tickets for the next Super Bowl.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a super toilet bowl,
Only if you have another wedding on the Super Bowl
real.
date. Yeah.
I got your toilet bowl right here.
I got you.
No, this is true. My brother was like 2 or 3 years old, and the old color forms where you had those vinyl little stickers that you stuck on the board and they came off, and I think they're still around. You can still buy color forms. So my brother shoved a color form. Didn't they have to take you to the doctor to have it extracted?
I'm going to one-up you on this one. Do you remember what color and what color form it was?
Before or after the nose?
I do not know what color and what type of color form you shoved up your nostril.
It was a blue Lucy face from Peanuts.
It was Lucy from Peanuts.
Okay, I remember that. I know that.
Oh, my God. Wow. Hey, Drew, before I called you, I also told the crew that you also bit the leg off my pet turtle.
I don't confirm or deny that.
Yeah, okay.
Good for you.
Trying to make some turtle soup.
Oh, man. All right, buddy. Are you in surgery or are you driving somewhere?
I also like to play with fire.
That's great. Goodbye.
All right, hey,
All right, bye.
Drew, just so you know, for like $15, $16, you can buy Lucy's Winter Carnival color form set on Amazon.
That's beautiful. You should buy that for me as a consolation prize and send it to me.
Yes.
Hey, why does it sound like you're on a playground right now? Where are you?
I'm in Miami Beach. It's the National Aesthetic Meeting for Plastic Surgeons.
Oh,
Well, that sounds exciting.
That sounds like a ball of fire.
Dude, there's going to be a couple of balls
Yeah,
around
but-
the party, if you know what I mean.
We have a booth there this year because we have 9 locations now.
That's
And,
right.
Wow.
We're
Let me know when you need fixtures.
recruiting practices and surgeons and providers.
All right. Yeah, my brother is the founder of Inspire Cosmetic Surgery Centers with 9 locations now. Are you coming to the Tampa Bay area? Because that'd be a good, I could do commercials for you.
We're working on it.
All right, so you could be coming to the Tampa Bay area soon.
Those Tampa people are a little slow.
Okay.
What do you mean?
All right. That's not going to help you get a location.
Yeah, I mean, Drew, what are you doing? You're killing your business in Tampa.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
Tampa's
right.
hot.
I mean, you're right, but don't say it out loud.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Ciao.
Hey, have a blast at the Aesthetics
Wow.
Convention in Miami.
He's about to surpass you as the most successful son. 9 locations.
No, it's not. It's not a matter of who's the most successful. It's who's the favorite, and it's always going to be the doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor with the franchise.
He should put on his website, loves to play with fire, bit a turtle's leg off, snorts color forms. That's exactly who I want to get plastic surgery from.
But who said about the favorite kid? Was that you, Fester?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
I've met your mother several times, and it's like, I have one son who's a doctor. Oh, we're so proud of him. And another son who's like on the radio.
Well, it goes deeper than that.
Okay.
And my mother once said to Michelle, hang on a minute. I want Michelle to say, hang on.
I thought we were going to call mom. Oh, my God.
They're in Mexico. They're trying to get kidnapped or something
Where-
by the Sinaloa drug cartel.
Dude, where are they?
They're
How
in
long have
Mexico.
they been in Mexico?
Where in Mexico are they?
They've been in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, what did my mother once tell you about Drew's the doctor? What exactly did she say?
She was excited because I'd gotten into law school. Or maybe it was when I was like,
Oh, that's right. So Michelle got accepted at Stetson Law School. And what did she say to you?
oh, I have a doctor, now I'm going to have a lawyer, and I have a bum.
Jesus, Mary.
I was on the radio bum. And I got a bum that's on the radio.
It was a bum.
Boy, his mother only preaches the truth, doesn't she?
My mother called me a bum.
Boy.
What the?
Yeah.
All right. Bye, Michelle.
All right, hurry up. Hurry home.
Why?
She's bored.
You bum.
You want me to come back to your room for a little boom boom?
She wants to have her own little private.
She wants some bum boom boom.
Yes.
Boom, boom, boom. Come on back to my room. All right, Michelle. See you in a bit.
Oh, because he's a bum. I get
Yes.
it. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
Roxanne says she wants some bum boom boom. I'm like,
Yeah,
whoa.
because he's a bum.
You know, we're going to dinner tonight. You want to hear a cool story real quick? Let me take a minute here.
Okay.
We're going to dinner tonight. A St. Louis listener. This is going back years. The MJ Morning Show. We were heard, obviously, in the Tampa Bay area from 1994, MJ and BJ until 01.
Right.
Then the MJ Morning Show from 2001 to 2012. And then we shut down the show. We obviously came back. We're now knocking it out of the park here on Q105 every morning. We came back with the second incarnation of the MJ Morning Show with me, MJ, and, of course, Fester and Froggy. We added Roxanne this time around. And this is now our second go-around. However, should I tell the story?
You're already a minute and a half into it. I'd hate for you to stop now. A St. Louis listener,
yeah.
What? They invited you to dinner? And you're like, what?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't tell the story, then everybody's going to make up their own assumptions.
I'm joking around. Of course, I'm going to tell the story.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see if you guys bite on the drama. All right, here's the deal. So years ago, a St. Louis listener, because we were on the air in St. Louis from 98 to 2012. We were on the air and like top rated in St. Louis for 14 years. And we had a listener from St. Louis who was in the Air Force. He was like a St. Louis area police officer. Then while he was a cop, he went to law school, got his law degree, then got recruited, became a JAG, a lawyer in the military in the United States Air Force. So when Michelle and I and the kids were in Japan, 5 years ago, the listener still followed me on social media and found out we were in Japan. And he was based at a Air Force base in Japan, where we have a big U.S. presence. And was it I'm trying to think of the.
So you've mentioned this story before that you met.
I met him.
A listener who was in the military in Japan.
He came from a different base where he was stationed in Japan, and he took the train all the way down to Yokosuka, where Michelle and her family lived for 5 years because Michelle's dad was in the United States Marine Corps. They were stationed at Yokosuka, Japan, south of Tokyo. Where the U.S. The 7th Fleet, our Pacific Fleet, is based. And this listener from St. Louis came and met us and wanted to take a picture, wanted to say hi. It was fantastic. Well, I've kept in touch with him.
That's cool.
And guess what? He is in town. He's involved in some kind of a court-martial procedure here in town this week. And he contacted me and said, hey, you guys want to go to dinner? So we're going out to dinner with this listener tonight.
Well, it's more than just a listener. It's somebody you struck up a friendship with and have a relationship
absolutely. And he's an Air Force lawyer. He's an Air Force JAG, and he's involved in a court-martial procedure, and he's in town. And boom, we're going out to dinner tonight.
Boy, I'm glad that's the St. Louis listener you're going to dinner with, because I can only think of one St. Louis listener, the guy that mailed Meredith all those creepy gifts.
Oh yeah.
Robert.
Oh yeah.
I remember that
Robert,
guy.
I still
Don't
remember
say his
him.
last name.
I know. I still remember him.
She told me about him.
Oh yeah.
She
What
said
was the
he sent
creepiest
her
thing?
A ring.
RVM.
A ring.
Yeah, he sent her rings, sent her jewel.
That's right.
He sent her like like the cheapest jewelry from Zales. I mean, and then like he sent her like computers, and I think he tried to send her cash one time, and Meredith's like, "Get this guy away from me, Fester."
So Michelle and I are going out with an old St. Louis listener tonight who we met in Japan years ago, and boom, he's in town. So look at that. All right, now it's time for the Rock the Cash Box word. So remember, you take this word and you text it. Take this word and text it. The word is home. That's H-O-M-E. The word is home, H-O-M-E. Text the word home right now nationwide to 45911. So text the word home, H-O-M-E, to 45911 right now before 8:15, before quarter after, and you got a shot at $1,000 cash, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myQ105.com. So good luck. From the MJ Morning Show, we'll do another one at 10 a.m., another word at 12 noon, another word at 3, and then 5 p.m. today. Each time, your chance to win $1,000 all day long here on Q105. Now, Roxanne, we brought up something on the show, and I don't know if you did not hear this, but you sent me a little note in email last night, and I'm going to read this verbatim. You sent me this. I got a random weird text from somebody I'm not friends with. I think it was sent to the wrong person. I'll send you a copy of the screenshot, but you never sent me the screenshot.
I did in our text thread.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, I didn't see that. All right.
Yep, in our text thread I sent it.
The group thread? I didn't see that. I'm
thread.
sorry. Now, is this like what we talked about earlier in the week? We talked about a couple of things that are going on with my cell phone and many people's cell phones. We talked about getting random texts from people just saying, "Hey, how are you?" Or "Hi," or "Hello," or "What you doing?" So we talked about that earlier in the week. And then we also talked about all these damn phone calls. The spam calls are back from like, "Hey, it's Anna, and your business could be eligible for the employee credit of $26,000 for." So I got 2 more of those yesterday. Aren't they supposed to be fined like $10,000 per occurrence? So 2 things came up this week regarding our cell phones, and of course everyone has them. We can't put them down. And the other thing was, so the spam voice calls and voicemails are heating up, and then again just these random text messages. And yeah, Roxanne got.
I don't know if that's random. The name is similar to other names that we've heard these spam bots use.
No, this is very odd. Okay, so this was a text message sent to me from Minnesota, and I'm quite certain that I'm not friends with this person. I think it was a mistext.
Oh, wait a minute. Is the launch part, is that part of the text?
Yes.
Oh, well, you didn't tell me this.
I sent it to you in the group text.
All right. Well,
he said he didn't see it.
Again, I didn't see it, so my fault.
So I said, I'll text it to you.
It's my fault for not looking at the group text. So you get this text message.
Isn't this odd?
This came at 2:41 p.m. yesterday?
Yes. And it says, "The launch of the Starship failed." And then there's a maniacal happy face. And then I'm very sad and a sad face. And then a laughy, mean, crunched up eye face.
What?
So I feel, so then I just have, you guys know I have a bit of a wild imagination. So I think to myself, this is like a nemesis of Elon Musk's. This is a nefarious person who's very happy.
Like Vector from Minions?
Yes.
I'm looking at the actual thread now. So they wrote, "The launch of the Starship failed. I'm very sad." And then there are all these different emojis. And then you wrote back, "Who dis?"
Yeah.
And then
But you always write if you don't know.
Then they write back, "I'm Anna." And that's it?
Yeah.
Anna
That was
Delvey?
the end?
Okay, thank you, Froggy, because then again, my imagination, you know how one of my favorite parts of this show is when Fester is in character and is Anna Delvey and Froggy is doing Elon Musk, and they're kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
It's dueling Anna Delvey and Elon Musk.
Anna, yesterday was such a hard day for me.
Oh, Elon, did you hear that Roxanne got married?
My rocket exploded too early.
That's what Doug said.
And what about the shoes that Roxanne wore at the wedding?
She looked so poor.
I looked very poor.
I did not like them either.
So, congratulations on your wedding at a free public beach.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know who else gets married at free public beaches? Homeless people.
You're right, Anna. You're so right.
Right by Pavilion 2.
Yeah. Pavilion 7.
We have
Sorry.
no idea who Anna is that texted you about Elon Musk's rocket blowing up.
I don't know who this could be, but I'm telling you right now, whoever it is, it's an enemy of Elon Musk.
Call her. Call,
I know
go to-
that.
What
And
was the area code number
It's
again?
507.
And did you track that down? Did you check it out?
Oh, did I do like a reverse lookup?
yeah, no,
I could do that.
507. What is it?
Oh, that's Minnesota.
Yeah, northern Minnesota, it looks like.
Rochester, Mankato, and Worthington, Fairmont, Minnesota.
I'm sorry, 507 is southern Minnesota. I'm sorry.
All right, southern Minnesota.
Yeah.
And you have no idea who Anna is from
No.
southern Minnesota.
No, but don't you think those emojis are very odd? Like this person is very happy the starship failed.
Okay, so this starship, nothing failed. It was it's in the experimental
No,
phase.
it failed. It can be in the experimental phase and failed. The rocket failed because the rocket was supposed to go into orbit. The rocket was supposed to leave our atmosphere. The rocket was supposed to go almost around the world and then land in the water off Hawaii. And they had to blow it up like 2.5 minutes into launch because it failed. That is a failure.
Even Elon said going into this, he's like, listen, don't expect too much from this. I mean, they're in the experimental phase of a lot of this stuff. It's going to take dozens of these rockets to get it right.
What they call it, rapid
Unscheduled.
disassembly. The thing blows into a jillion pieces, and it's called a rapid unscheduled disassembly.
It was definitely premature.
So here's the thing, with cell phones now, MJ, area codes mean nothing. Like, I'll have my 813 area code probably forever, even if I move. I'm going to call from Florida. No, you're not.
Yeah, people keep their old numbers. All right, now, when I teased an item yesterday, I know that this piqued some curiosity. There is a whole new, and I had not heard of most of these, with all of the online dating, with all of the apps and the swipe this, swipe that, this. I saw a story a couple of days ago. I just ignored it. This guy's the most swiped guy on planet Earth, and it was a picture of some dude on was a whatever. Well, there is a new guide that's out. It's the dating guide. So, do you know what Riz is? Do you know what breadcrumbing is? Do you know what roaching is?
These are new dating terms.
Yeah, exactly. These are new terms. Froggy, are you mystified over there?
Roaching? What does that mean?
Well, hang on.
I mean, you have your idea, Froggy, but it's not that.
There are a whole bunch of words that refer to like modern dating and all of the online dating technology. Do you know what breadcrumbing is?
You lead them on.
Yeah, dropping little hints or trying to just string them along a little bit, right?
Breadcrumbing is when someone you'd like to have a relationship with leads you on just enough to keep you in their life without a solid commitment. That sounded like Roxanne and Doug up until Sunday, right?
Yeah, with our 2 kids living together in business together.
Okay,
Sounded just like us.
Maybe it's not the right. Maybe it wasn't a good example.
Not your best example.
So that's breadcrumbing. Have you ever heard of breadcrumbing, Roxanne?
I think I've read that phrase online. Yeah.
Breadcrumbing. All right, you want to hear it in a sentence? Sally hadn't heard from Kyle for weeks, but then he breadcrumbed her with a last-minute date.
Who uses these words in real sentences?
Yeah, come on.
Hey,
It's silly.
Hey, Rebecca, have you talked to Chet lately?
He's been breadcrumbing that.
Is it breadcrumbing you?
Yeah.
Like chicken parm?
Yeah, like little, just chicken parm. It's just
Like
really,
shake it back?
It's shaken back. It's delicious, but
Is
sick of it.
he shaking and baking you?
You know, listen,
Does he want to shake you and bake you?
when you're talking about breadcrumbs right now and food,
Yes.
I'm thinking about pounding my meat, all right?
Ew.
No,
You're thinking
seriously.
about tenderizing?
No, seriously, like a veal milanese.
Oh my God! I think Todd was pounding his meat while he was breadcrumbing me.
You pound your meat.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
Seriously, you pound your veal, you pound it very thin, and then you breadcrumb it, and then you lightly fry it, And then you have the tomatoes and the onions and, some arugula, and you make just a kick-ass veal Milanese, man.
Oh, my God, Becky, I think Todd pounded his meat flat.
Elaine, did I ever once tell you about the veal Milanese I had in Padua? Outside of Venice in Italy. It was fantastic, Elaine.
I want to pound my head right now.
All right, submarining. Do you know what this is?
When you disappear, is it okay? So let's just think about this.
What
a
is-
submarine
what a-
goes down underwater. So then, like a ghost is when you poof vanish. But a submarine, maybe you'll
Pops back
resurface.
up.
Maybe
That's
you'll
right.
resurface. I don't know.
Submarining is when a match suddenly stops communicating and then reappears months later. So they go underwater and then they come back up. That's submarine. Would you like me to use submarining in a sentence when it comes to dating?
Yeah,
please.
that'd be great.
If Greg submarines me one more time, I'm cutting him off for good.
Well,
It should
maybe
be called like manateeing or dolphining.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe Gatorade
No.
or something, right?
Yeah.
dolphining is just a lot of sex because dolphins are very sexual.
And the sounds.
Ugh, stop. I don't like it.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. One of those
All right,
sounds.
one of these buttons is it. There we go. They're the dolphin sounds.
Hold on.
Yes.
I thought those are like squirrels and chipmunks all
Well,
this time.
I've always used the dolphin noises for little rodent noises.
I like that one. What is that one?
But these are technically dolphin
That's
noises.
a dolphin, yeah.
What is roaching? Do you know what roaching is?
It's when you only come out at night.
Ooh, good one.
Good answer.
Here we go.
I don't know.
In dating, the term roaching, well, cockroaches are known for their ability to keep showing up when you least want it. Roaching is when someone that you've been seeing exclusively says that they've still been seeing other people, saying they thought that your relationship was casual. The person who commits roaching uses this as an excuse after getting caught because the victim didn't consent to it. So in a sentence, when I found out she was roaching me, I had to end our relationship.
So in that scenario, they're seeing other people. Oh, wow.
Do you know what situationship is?
No.
Now, again, if you're just tuning in, this is like a current real-world guide to all of these new dating terms.
Is it really a real world guide or just a bunch of hipsters sitting in a room thinking of words? Because who uses these?
Do you know what
breadcrumb? I'm getting submarined.
getting roached? What about
I hope I get submarines.
situationship? Do you know what that is? Situationship.
Just kind of like it is what it is.
A situationship happens when both partners are and remain vague about their relationship status and their trajectory. While friends with benefits dynamic would require both people to agree to the label, a situationship happens when both people avoid discussing labels. So in a sentence, Derek is still in a situationship with Lionel,
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
I've always been happy for those two.
even though it makes him anxious.
Boy,
Lionel,
Lionel walks into the room. He gets everybody anxious.
How about orbiting? Do you know what orbiting is? Again, these are dating terms, modern dating terms. Orbiting.
I don't know, but I want to ask Lionel.
Orbiting. Okay, what could that
Let me
be?
use it in a sentence.
Always around?
I want to orbit around Uranus.
Whoa.
All right, no.
Thank you, Lionel.
All right,
Orbiting. Is it stalkerish?
Orbiting happens when someone ends your relationship or stops texting you, but continues to interact with your social media posts.
Oh.
It includes viewing your Instagram story or commenting or liking your post. Orbiting can also happen when a dating app match or other love interest interacts with you online, but never makes a move to meet you in person. Orbiting. What about cuffing season? Do you know what that is?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that before. That's when everybody gets engaged. It's the time of year when you say, okay, I want to settle down.
Cuffing seasons refer to the cold fall and winter months when singles could be more inclined to couple up with someone for the warmth of cuddles.
You said cuddle season or cuffing season?
Cuffing to cuddle.
Cuffing season.
Cuffing so you can cuddle.
All right. What about fizzling? When the dating world delivers the term fizzling, what does that mean?
We didn't we do this one too? It's like fizzle out. And so it was, you were hot and heavy, but then you kind of just, rather than ghosting, just give them a little bit more and the relationship fizzles out.
These terms are starting to take a turn for the dumb. Fizzling is like, okay, it's fizzling. Everybody...
Fizzling, or slowly creating distance in a relationship until you no longer communicate, has long existed in dating. In a recent episode of Abbott Elementary, the hit TV show, millennial-age characters referred to the concept of fizzling as petering out. So that's pretty obvious. So for someone on the receiving end of it, fizzling can lead to self-doubt and confusion. All right, finally, you ready for the last one?
Is it food-related? Is it called like breadcrumbing? Or...
Riz.
Oh, Riz.
Do you know what?
Yes, I know.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Riz.
Tell me what Riz is.
Riz is when you find out that your date has been hiding the fact from you that they are on Sky Rizzy.
Nice.
That has to be it.
Right?
How does that Sky Rizzy jingle go? I feel it getting stronger every day. Something like that, right?
Sky Rizzy.
No, Riz is short for charisma.
Oh.
So Riz, charisma. For instance, the term is used on social media. Riz is a positive attribute, which means that someone is charming and sought after as far as a potential dating prospect. And the word Riz was first coined by a couple of streamers on Twitch.
Tell you, that's Roxanne's new handle, Roxanne Riz.
One time Fester told me I was charismatic.
So
it was a complete backhanded compliment, but he did say it.
But the God's honest truth.
Riz is charisma. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're up to speed on some of these common dating terms. This is gross. You want to hear something nasty?
Yes.
Andrew, we got to get the image of this. Fester, you'll bring it up on the computer so the crew can see it in here. There is a situation in Washington State at a middle school. There was this student-staff licking contest.
Oh, whoa.
What?
Yeah, what is absolutely right.
Ugh.
Video's gone viral where they have like a stand, and it's got a big piece of glass or plexiglass, clear acrylic, and it's on a stand. And a faculty member was on one side, and then the students on the other side, and they smear each side with marshmallow cream, and then they have to lick their side clean. And this happened in a school gymnasium at a middle school in Washington State.
Right, this is kind of funny. I don't. What's the issue here? What? All right.
How many kids had to do it in a row?
This happened at Desert Hills Middle School. When you think of deserts, you certainly think of Washington State, don't you?
Yeah, really. That's a weird name.
Yeah, the video's gone viral. Many people are saying this is absolutely disgusting, and it shows staff and students slobbering all over this plexiglass, this acrylic, in this race to lick up as much of the marshmallow cream smeared on their side of the glass. So they're facing each other, one on one side, one on the other side. I don't know, Fester, I don't think this is appropriate.
Okay, it's kind of like the teacher versus student thing. It's like a relay race. All right, I mean...
Pretty gross.
Okay, whatever.
How are they disinfecting the glass when new contestants go? Do you really want to lick the plexiglass?
No, look. There's stripes of marshmallow fluff. Like
Yes.
5 stripes. So first person takes the first stripe, second person takes the second stripe.
Yeah. Then how about round 2?
This is gross.
Maybe there's only one round.
All right, so they have the different stripes. So
Yeah,
then,
it's like a relay race.
and then different like students and teachers are then licking the strip of marshmallow cream next to each other. So you got potential slobber going all over the place.
Okay, I mean, wait, are you worried about germs? Or are you trying to make some kind of sexual innuendo? Okay, schools are like the germiest place ever, next to like prisons and preschool.
I don't know. In a post-pandemic
Oh, Jesus.
era.
Post-pandemic. Oh, we're always going to be post-pandemic.
Even before the pandemic, is this? I don't think this really demonstrates good hygiene.
Do you know how delicious marshmallow fluff is to lick off of anything?
Tell you
or
what.
anyone?
Go ahead and make a plexiglass held some kind of prop, and then maybe you and Roxanne can do the licking contest.
How about you and me?
Oh,
But you and
Yeah,
I, huh?
how about you
But
two?
you and I just staring in each other's eyes while we're licking the oh, man, I'm getting turned on. All right, I got to stop.
Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Can you get this on videos? Find the video. We got to post this. We're going to put this on videos mentioned on the MJ Morning Show. So Andrew will give us a few minutes, and Andrew will find the video, and we'll post it on mjmorningshow.com. That's mjmorningshow.com, and we'll post this on videos mentioned. And take a look. Tell me, is this acceptable in a school gym to have a marshmallow cream licking contest on a big sheet of acrylic being held up by like a frame on a card table in the middle of the gym?
I mean, I've seen schools have like the students versus teacher games, and this is
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know about. Hey, listen. You do a sack race in a potato sack or something.
Oh my gosh, a teacher's jumping on a sack. Oh, a bunch of students playing with teachers' sacks. That's the last thing we need.
Tongues and slobber and licking and
Innuendos of French kissing your students.
Yeah, that's the weird thing.
Okay.
licking
that's what it
the
is.
marshmallow cream. Come on.
All
What about
right,
the
we're
germs?
going to nix this game because of the innuendo of French kissing
Oh, yeah.
students. Let's play the sack game.
Who finally said innuendo?
Froggy.
Froggy
Froggy,
did. Yeah,
well,
that was
Froggy.
Froggy. All right. Well, that's another angle here. Is the sexual innuendo of
Yeah.
Licking the marshmallow stuff. All right. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think that I would approve of that in my kid's school. So, incidentally, folks, if you missed the big announcement, it hasn't happened yet. But I did announce that we are going to make the big announcement next week. So next Wednesday morning at 7:30. I am going to give you all the information you need to know about an upcoming major event here on the MJ Morning Show. So this will be next Wednesday, midweek, Wednesday at 7:30, right here on the MJ Morning Show. We are going to make a major announcement. You are going to want to hear what is upcoming here on the MJ Morning Show. So stand by. There apparently is a re-edit that's being done of the Stephen King movie. Have you heard about this?
Which movie?
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Well, this would be...
Is Cujo now a chihuahua?
No, guys.
What?
This is obviously a new offering. There's a movie adaptation of Stephen King's 1973 horror story, The Boogeyman. And The Boogeyman is coming to a theater near me in June. But according to the director of the movie, Rob Savage, when the film went through the process of test screenings, audiences screamed so much they have to recut the movie. They have to re-edit the movie.
Because it's too scary?
The audience was screaming so much.
It's awesome.
Dude, this is just hype. No horror guy is going to come out, too scary, people.
No, I've seen that happen a couple of times recently where the movie is just so horrific. People are like vomiting in the theater.
There was one story like
that.
Yeah, there was one movie. What was that?
How gross does it have to be to get someone to vomit?
I
while
think
they're
we
watching?
talked about that. We talked about that on the show, that there was a movie where the audience, they were puking all over the place. It was like, 3 minutes into the movie and suddenly... A guy in the row in front of you has the big bucket of popcorn. You lean over and go... Andrew, what was it called?
Terrifier 2.
Whoa.
Okay.
I don't know. That's not what we have. Fester found something else.
I'm looking at the Outlaws. The
Outlaws.
Sorry, hold on.
No, the Outwaters.
The Outwaters.
Outwaters, that's right.
All right. It's the Outwaters.
The Outwaters was released on February 9th.
Yeah.
And audiences were throwing up.
I'm still trying to get to the bottom of it. I don't know if it was at a film festival or at like your local AMC. But
Listen, I know that we talked about something in the last year where audiences were literally throwing up in the theater. Hey, also, remember Blair Witch Project? That shaky camera crap, and that made people like nauseous.
Yeah, but that was mild compared to some of the stuff they do nowadays. That was
Anyway.
just spooky.
The Boogeyman follows the story of a high school student, Sadie Harper, and her sister, Sawyer, who are in mourning after their mother's recent death. Meanwhile, after a desperate patient shows up unexpectedly at their house asking for help from their therapist's father, they soon become haunted by a terrifying monster. And the director revealed that test audiences became so scared after seeing the creature, so much screaming and yelling happened. There was so much volume that people missed hearing like important moments in the movie, like the dialogue was being drowned out
by the screams of the people next to you.
So when they test screen movies all the time, that's like a common thing. That's just a given. So they bring in like a test audience of different ages, different demographics, and just a cross section of who they think that their viewing base is going to be. So they do these test screenings, and they then get a score. Do they like the movie? And then they'll alter things. They'll edit movies. They'll make changes based on these test audiences and these test screenings before the movies are released wide. Because a movie costs obviously a lot of money to make. That's number one. And then it'll subsequently cost a lot of money to market. So they want to make sure that's why they do the test screenings. So they re-edited or they're recutting the movie after the audiences scream too much because of this monster, the Boogeyman.
Isn't that what you want in a scary movie?
I would think so, yes.
I mean, I think you want to get as close to actually having your audience vomit before they literally do.
Froggy, this next story's for you.
Thank you, Peter.
You know, like this Bud's for you?
I don't drink Bud.
Froggy, this story's for you. Apparently, an issue arose recently when a customer ordered food. It was delivered by DoorDash, but the Applebee's order showed up at the house not smelling like the food that was ordered, but there was a very pervasive odor from the food, the bag. So as soon as the bag was given to the individual at the front door, they got just hit with a blast wave.
Like what they ordered? They ordered like the fajitas or something, or like the cut quesadilla or the boneless chicken wings?
You know what? I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
I don't think that information. Think about this for a second. Your DoorDash or Uber Eats driver knocks on your door, rings your doorbell. They give you your bag of food, but instead of it having the odor, the smell, the aroma, that's a better word, the aroma of the food that you ordered, you're suddenly hit with a blast wave of a whole different smell.
I know.
Yeah, Froggy, what do you think it is?
I'm going to go with a fart again.
No!
What?
Dude,
what could you be talking about?
Dude, this is right up your alley.
Oh, why would that be?
That's a pretty strong answer.
Thank you. I do.
It's very strong, apparently.
Poured one about 30 minutes ago.
No, it's...
Fester, do you know?
No.
Come on, think about it.
This is tough.
Your food has just been in the bag, in a box, whatever, in the car, and the driver shows up at your front door, and instead of your food having the aroma of the food, there's another very strong, pungent odor that suddenly hits you like a blast furnace.
Oh.
B.O.
I know why he's talking to Froggy now.
Hold on, I missed the button. The blast furnace. There we go. Yes, would someone like to guess the obvious?
I mean, if you're going to think that you're going to eat at any of these kind of restaurants and these cooks or delivery drivers aren't high as kites, you're delusional.
What, somebody complain about them smell? Give me a break.
The food smelled like weed.
Yes, it did. That is the correct answer.
Great.
So drivers that are delivering food that are like hotboxing their whole car with marijuana, they're just smoking weed, and the weed smell permeates the bag, permeates your delivery. So there was a recent video that popped up online where the person that ordered the food said, "Oh my God, my food just got delivered and it smells like a freaking grow house."
Well, I'm sure the food doesn't, you idiot. Throw away the bag. What adult.
The whole order, according to this individual, said it reeked of weed, and the individual that ordered the food lost their appetite. Now, I would think that you have recourse here.
Oh, God. What a Karen.
What recourse? You got to call the place back? And say,
I think you call Applebee's, or this happened to come from Applebee's, or you call the... or you make a complaint.
DoorDash?
Well, I'm sure that through the app, there's got to be, like on Uber, you've got a way to, wage a complaint or whatever. I got to believe on the DoorDash or Uber Eats app, you can contact them and say, hey, we got a problem.
Dash.
DoorStash and hash.
Listen, the guy seems like a real Karen if he's going to complain about that. And if it's something that you smell and it makes you lose your appetite, it's probably not the best stuff.
So, Fester, you're doing all kinds of hand signals and gestures to me, and I have no idea.
All right, so I was giving you like the conductor fingers for music.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Applebee's. I wanted you to play, Applebee's on a date night. That little Banjo Conway Twitty song that came out on country music radio about a year ago.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date. That's a Bourbon Street stay with the Oreo shake.
What happened to this guy?
I can't tell you 2 country songs except for the Applebee's song and Tear in My Beer because that's the only thing that's what fits this segment.
We need to add like the bong water sound to the middle of this.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. That's a Bourbon Street stay with the Oreo shake.
So if your food smells like weed, obviously it means your driver has been driving stoned, and that's a big problem.
Go get it yourself, lazy ass.
Yeah, you order your Bourbon Street steak, and it comes to your house, and it smells like a big Grove house.
Well, you know me and food deliveries. I have never used Uber Eats nor DoorDash once, and I'm not going to. I am not having food delivered to my house. I cannot tell you the last time I had anything. I haven't had a pizza delivered. I've had nothing. I've had zero food delivered to my house because I can just go out and get it.
Plus, you don't eat delivered pizza. It's not up to your standard.
Well, the typical national chain franchise pizzas, yes, to put it nicely, those are not up to my high pizza flavor requirements. I'm not a snob. Well, maybe I am. I'm a pizza snob.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I am a pizza snob.
Just MJ's luck, it'll smell like a big bong water pizza.
We have another crisis on an airplane, folks.
It's like every day.
Yeah. Earlier this week, it was the crazy story of that pitcher. We want a pitcher, not a belly itcher.
Sitting in a locker, eating Betty Crocker.
So we had the item earlier in the week. I forgot the guy's name, but he's a pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. And this guy went nuts on social media, on Twitter, and was ripping on United Airlines because United Airlines made his wife clean up a popcorn mess that his kids made all over the floor on the airplane. So that was the story earlier in the week.
I thought more about him doing that too, and people were mad at him for giving them bad press. But that's what you do. You stick up for your pregnant woman. I have no problem with that.
Michelle, my lovely wife, Michelle, she had a visceral reaction. Michelle was not cutting the 22-week-old pregnant wife of that major league pitcher, not a belly itcher. Michelle was not cutting them any slack whatsoever. We talked about it extensively on the show, and then I get home, and it was like a whole other show, except it was just a Michelle show. Michelle was just going, just on and on. Hey, you want to hear it again? Hey, watch. And then we got another story, though. So this is going to, we have another airplane mess story, and it's a very similar deal. I want to get Michelle on the phone for this as well. Oh, you know what? She might be on her way to her workout.
She said earlier she had to go somewhere.
Oh, that's right.
Right,
Yeah.
Listen, MJ.
Yeah, you're right. Hold on. But she's walking there now. Hang on.
All right.
So there's a whole other story. So we had Popcorn Gate. Now, see if you can guess what the other, small, kind of crummy food item is. And we'll get to that here in a second. Yeah, I thought Michelle had a 9 a.m. Oh, hey, are you walking to your workout?
I am walking to my workout.
Well, thank you. Are you listening to the show?
I just turned turned it on and I heard what you had to say, that I was giving you another show.
Yeah, you were. So, I mean, Michelle, you were not cutting the 22-week pregnant wife of the Major League Ball pitcher. You weren't cutting her any slack for the kids making a mess with the popcorn. And the whole controversy was, earlier in the week, that the pitcher for the Blue Jays was pissed that a United flight attendant made his pregnant wife get on her hands and knees and clean the popcorn mess that their kids made all over the floor.
Well, the kids really should have been made to clean it up, but that's on her if she wants to coddle them, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we probably would have made our 2- and 5-year-old at the time.
Well,
we would have made them clean it up.
No, you start at the beginning.
All right, go ahead.
Remember what our pediatrician said? That you don't want them to misbehave in the first place. So the first popcorn piece that flies, that's it. You're done. Get down and pick that one up. No more popcorn for you.
Take the bag
You don't
away.
sit there and let them eat the whole thing, or not even eat the whole thing, just throw it everywhere, and then have the mess afterwards. You don't give the child the opportunity to have repercussions and consequences. You just remedy it right, nip it in the bud.
See, I'm in total agreement with all Michelle's parenting thoughts about that. However, I'm totally on the pitcher's side for sticking up for his pregnant woman, because that you get a little crazy. You're like, it's almost an animalistic thing. And it wasn't regarding a mess, but there was one time when Doug and I were at a hotel in Orlando, and I'm not going to name the hotel, but it was a really, really huge hotel, and it was like hard to get around.
Was it on iDrive?
The only hotel I know over there, sorry.
And so they gave us the instructions to go to our room, and it was like we were in the Twilight Zone. Every little nook and cranny we went to in the hotel was the wrong room. Every single person we asked to help us couldn't get us to the room. We'd show them the map, we'd show them the key, we'd show them the room number. Nobody could help us.
You know what? They need to do the hospital trick. You ever try to navigate a hospital in some places? They have the colored lines on the floor.
Yeah, no,
they follow the yellow line. That's what they need to do at the hotel. Come on, what hotel was it?
It was Gaylord Palms. It was so insane.
It's so big,
and so big, and it was like a joke. And it was 30 minutes, and we're walking back and forth trying to find this,
and nobody there could tell you how to get to your room.
Not only that, every person we would show the key and the map to, they would send us in a different direction. So
I'm the map.
Yeah.
I'm the map.
I'm trying to find this video on my phone. Doug may have deleted it, but he got into a screaming match with one of the people. Finally, he's like, "We need a supervisor.
Oh my
this
God.
is ridiculous."
You have that on video?
Yeah.
Go find that. We gotta play that.
I'm trying to.
I want to hear Doug screaming at a hotel employee.
They almost kicked us out. They're like, "Sir, you're going to have to come down." And I was ready to pop. Like I was as big as...
Gaylord almost kicked you out?
Yeah, because he was having a fit because they wouldn't, nobody would give us any good information on where our room was.
But then...
I cannot imagine or picture Doug being like that. So
I can. I think he's got a short fuse. I think he puts on a show for us.
All right, the problem with the picture was, once you put something on social media, you lose control of all of the reactions.
All right, now here is the new story. So all that to get to this. All right, now here's find that Gaylord Hotel video.
I'm looking.
I got to hear that. Now, here's the latest. Now, it goes from United over to Southwest. A Southwest flight was delayed after a pissed-off flight attendant demanded that passengers clean up spilled rice. So somebody spilled like a whole container of rice. You know, you get the
I've been on planes before where people would bring in to go from in the Asian food place in the airport.
Yeah.
And I've seen people eat rice on a plane. I've never seen them spill it.
Oh, you got the food courts at the airport, and I've seen someone eating ribs and getting rib sauce all over the tray, all over the seat, making a mess. So Jennifer Schapper, she took pictures of the incident. This happened last week. A flight at Georgia's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Somebody apparently made a mess. They spilled like a container of rice. Now, the pictures that I'm looking at, it doesn't look like it's white rice. It looks like it's like a Spanish rice or
yellow rice.
Well, here in Tampa Bay, we've got just amazing Cuban food, and there's nothing like the pork on yellow rice. But Festus, bring up the color picture on this thing. Southwest flight delayed over spilled rice. So this is like a follow-up to Popcorn Gate. The flight attendant listen to this. The flight attendant screams, "Who spilled rice?" Can you imagine? They get on the PA system. Who spilled the rice? Flight attendant apparently is yelling, and the flight attendant's walking up and down the aisle.
Look, okay,
It's like is that a yellow rice
that's
or is that
yellow rice.
Yeah. So I don't know what the food item was.
That's a
but,
DB move right there to leave the rice. That's in the aisle.
In the middle of the aisle.
Oh my gosh.
There is a massive pile. Imagine
Is that Goya?
if you go to a great Cuban place, like for instance, I was this week I stopped and got some roast chicken up at Pipo's right here on the corner.
It's like you go to Pipo's, you take your whole plate and just smash it right on the ground. It's a big pile of food.
Pipo's does a great job. What is the Argus Rainbow? What is it, Michelle? What's that place called?
Yeah, something like that.
Like Argus
Rainbow.
Argus Rainbow in West Tampa.
On our side.
Yeah, that place is incredible. And what's the place you also love near Stetson that you love? What's that?
Oh, Havana Cafe.
Oh, near in Gulfport. Listen, there are a lot of great. What's the place that changed names over on McDill near?
Geo's.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is this? Are you quizzing me on all my?
Yeah, like-
there's a lot of
Latin American.
What was Geo's called before it was Geo's?
Pipo's.
Yeah, well, I guess that was Pipo's as well. Anyway.
Okay, we're gonna change it from Pipo's to Geo's.
All right, so
big name change.
all right, no, but
Keep
seriously,
the O. We need the O.
You
and
look-
the I.
you look at the picture of the aisle. Imagine a whole takeout container. What the hell is that? What is that?
Is that a rabbit?
I'm walking past a lawn guy.
Obviously. My
Sounds like a
God.
sex toy.
Froggy, is that the rabbit? Is that what you asked? Jeez, Froggy.
It's the jackhammer is what that
Are you
was.
done with me? You wouldn't have to hear it.
All right.
All right, go. Hey, have a great workout, Michelle.
No.
Wait. Before we go, I am going to correct you and call you out on something.
What's that?
We did order Uber Eats one time.
Ooh.
And I was
Oh my God! Oh my God! All right. Hold on. So hold on. Fill me in.
because we ordered Uber Eats because we were having somebody in that studio over for dinner.
What?
Who did we have over for dinner?
When Roxanne and Doug came over for dinner, we ordered La Teresita,
Oh, I love that place.
and Uber Eats delivered it.
You ordered that via Uber Eats?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And the order was wrong. You did know it because the order was wrong, and you wanted to call and complain. I'm like, well, who are you going to complain to?
What was?
Mrs. Teresita.
Hold on. What was wrong about the order?
They didn't have some. We ordered like enough for 4 people. Obviously, you know how I always like to have extra that you yell at me for.
When you want to feed 4 people, you order enough food for 12 people.
That's right.
So what's wrong with that?
Okay. All right. So what did they get wrong? What was the issue?
There wasn't enough, I think, like of the pork dish or something.
No.
From there.
Oh,
Yeah.
they omitted something from the order, right?
Yes.
That's
yes.
right. Oh, that's right.
But we did order that Uber Eats.
Maybe the Uber Eats, maybe La Teresita put our order together correctly. Maybe it was the Uber Eats driver that ate
right?
it.
La
Hey, you
Teresita.
never know.
Oh, they won't
that
miss-
wouldn't have occurred to us then,
Yeah.
but now it does.
Listen, La
right?
Teresita's done a great job for over 50 years in this town. It's
Oh, I know.
It's the Uber Eats guys, and they're, here's your food. It's delicious.
Listen, La Teresita is also a classic here in the Tampa Bay area. Good food.
So that sounded like Fat Albert.
Hey,
Yeah.
Michelle, call me later.
Speaking of Fat Albert,
Yeah?
were you watching South Park and they were doing a spoof of Fat Albert? So on South Park, they'll do Fat Albert, and it's the most foul interpretation of the old Fat Albert cartoon.
What, is he cursing up a storm?
Yes. And that guy going deeba dooba
Are
dubba.
you talking about Mushmouth?
Hi, Michelle.
Who's that guy that wears his like hoodie or the
That's the guy. That's the deeba dabba dooba guy.
Yeah. Mr. Cosby gave me a drink.
Hey, look at this tackle box with all kinds of pills in it.
I'm not Bill Cosby's type,
All right, bye, Michelle.
unfortunately.
I said, just wrap it up on Rice Gate here.
Oh, South Park's guy is called Fat Abbott.
Is it Fat Abbott? Is that what it is? It's hysterical. Okay. Now, the picture, it's not like a couple of grains of rice.
It's the
It
whole
is
damn
like,
thing.
It's the whole damn container. It's the whole damn container of like yellow rice in the middle of the aisle on a Southwest 737. And the flight attendant is like, who spilled the rice?
You know what I've noticed? Takeout containers are getting flimsier. I mean, if you're walking on a plane, you put it in a little cardboard box, it just folds right over and you spill it.
So this shapper lady who took pictures, posted this online, said that she and some other passengers couldn't believe the pre-flight drama as the flight attendant is screaming, who spilled the rice? And then, listen, they refused to leave the gate until somebody cleaned up the rice.
Oh, my God. I would have volunteered to clean up the rice and make the best comedy show ever. out of it.
The flight was delayed until someone cleaned up the rice.
Oh, my God.
What a mess. So we have popcorn on the plane floor. Now we've got rice on the Southwest Airlines plane floor. 8:46 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I want to talk about Airbnbs. I don't know what it is, but there are two items. So it seems that things are coming in like 2s and 3s lately, but there are two Airbnb stories that caught my attention. So if you're an Airbnb user or if you own property that you rent out to guests on Airbnb, got some questions. Now, this is ballsy. For somebody to take something and then to try to cover it up by replacing it. And then apparently a guest wanted to get revenge on the Airbnb owner. And you're not going to believe what they did. All right, hold on to that thought. We'll get into that and a whole lot more next. Oh, and guess what? Generation Z, there's a whole new dating protocol. Dinner, movie, forget it. You know what the Gen Z apparently is doing for dates? I'll explain all next with the crew here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hang on, we're back in minutes. 6:59 on this Friday. Weekend is straight ahead. If you missed it earlier this morning, we mentioned that the company that was handling the emergency tests for like television and for our cell phones, the state of Florida fired them yesterday after the 4:45 in the morning test woke up apparently millions of Floridians with a virtually middle of the night test on our phones. Now, I saw the display on my phone. I did have the notification, this is a test, no further action, blah, blah, blah. So that was on my phone when I woke up a short time after 4:45. But my phone had the visual message on the screen, but my phone was on silent, and it did not pierce through. Now, some people, even when your phones are on silent, it will still break through.
It's all in the settings. It's how you set your phone, and you don't even think about it because most of the alarms happen during the day, and you don't really mind.
Like on my Android device, there are so many damn settings. If you go into like the cog, you go into the little gear and you go into settings, it'll make your head spin on how many things that you can click or unclick or slide the little slider. I mean, it'll make your freaking head spin. But Florida has ended the contract with a company called Everbridge for loading up a test at 4:45 yesterday morning and pissing off a whole lot of people. And also, speaking of being, well, I guess I'm over it. But my Twitter blue check mark is gone. And then we'll get into Airbnb. Then we got this new dating deal. We got a lot of stuff to cover in the final chunk, final hour, I should say, of the MJ Morning Show. 9 o'clock exactly. We are 1 hour away from the next cash word for Rock the Cash Box. So at 10 o'clock exactly, we'll give you the new word. We'll give you the text number again, and you could win $1,000 coming up at 10 o'clock here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. So a quick morph onto the whole Twitter blue check thing. I'm over it. I don't care. I have not tweeted since March 12th. So I have not tweeted in like 5 weeks at this point. And I think I'm done. I think I'm done with Twitter. I think the platform has been wrecked. Listen, there were problems with the Twitter platform before Elon Musk, and I think there are even greater problems now.
Instagram's messed up, too. I have a friend that has 200 followers, has a blue check.
Well, because you can buy that.
I know. What's the point?
So, exactly. So it's worthless now. You got any nut monkey conspiracy whack job that can go ahead.
Oh, my God.
What?
I never heard that insult before, nut monkey.
I just came up with it.
That's hysterical.
You like it?
That's my new favorite.
Why aren't you laughing?
It's so funny I can't laugh. It's so funny I can't laugh. I love it.
Nut monkey.
Oh, my God.
Well, there we go.
I mean, wow. Any nut monkey. I love it.
Why are there dollar bills all over our countertop? We go to a strip club later on?
I know. I was
Hold it up to the camera.
I was rearranging my wallet with my money, and I have...
Hold this up.
I have 25, 26, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 singles.
You going to the pink platypus today?
With 7 singles? You can get the pink platypus for 7 singles? Anything you want. Anything you want.
I can only see team members, like if I look around the monitors I look through the cracks in the and in one of the cracks off to the side is a whole pile of money over here. Look like mostly singles.
Right by some breath?
By
Clear mint breath freshener?
I got my going on? I got my floss stick too. I do that during commercial. I got a cleaning today at Dr. Childr's office.
So you decided today to...
So today's my one time I'm flossing.
You're going for a cleaning at Dr. Childr's down in Sarasota?
Right.
And what, you're pre-flossing so you don't show up embarrassed with like last night's dinner in between your teeth?
Last month's dinner.
When's the last time you flossed prior to right now?
What month is this?
Your gums are really swollen, but it looks like your teeth are clean.
All right. You're a bleeder.
Yeah. This is April. Anyway, back over to Twitter Blue.
All right.
I am not paying $8 for my check mark. So it disappeared. Yesterday, it happened. Elon Musk was threatening this, and it finally happened yesterday. So lots of accounts that you might follow on Twitter of verified and legitimately verified individuals, they're gone. But there's a bit of a controversy. So my Twitter checkmark, my blue checkmark, which I've had since 2011, I joined Twitter in 2011, and shortly after I joined, suddenly, boom, I was verified. I don't know who did it. Just I got verified. I didn't do anything. So I've been verified for 12 years, 2011 through 2023, and yesterday it disappeared. So rest in peace. Rest in peace, my Twitter blue check mark. It's gone. And
Eyes of an angel.
thank you. Or play taps.
Oh yeah. Oh, God, that's depressing.
I am not paying $8. Elon Musk is not getting $8 a month from me for what? An ego trip so I can have a blue check mark? But even if you pay for it, even though I am a noteworthy radio broadcaster, listen, I can't help it. I'm just a notable radio broadcaster. It's worthless. So I would not pay for it because, like I said, any nut monkey now can pay. You can have a whack job conspiratorialist. You can have a total troll and ass couch on Twitter,
right?
And they can buy their blue check mark. It's worthless. The value of verification and knowing that an account is a real person and a real celebrity and not the jillions of impersonators out there, they've screwed up the platform. But here's where there's even more controversy.
Man, he's fired up.
I am. So the controversy is as follows, because certain celebrities that have not paid for their blue check marks still have them. And now we find out that Elon Musk is saying that he's paying for some celebrities' blue check marks. What? For instance, LeBron James. Well,
I love LeBron. He's one of my favorite basketball players. The way he puts the ball through the little round hoop.
LeBron James said that he would not pay for the check mark. So Twitter gave him an account blue, a blue Twitter account subscription on behalf of Elon Musk. And LeBron James declined. No, thank you.
Only my favorite
Wait a minute.
people.
Stop. They gave him the blue check mark anyway. LeBron said, no, thank you. I don't want it. I'm not paying for it. Oh, but Elon is gifting you the blue check mark. And LeBron says, I don't want it.
And keep your gift, Elon.
And it's still there. They've still given him the blue check mark. Stephen King.
Oh, I love his writings.
Stephen King made a big splash by complaining and yelling that I'm not paying for a blue check mark. Stephen King still has his. Stephen King did not subscribe to Twitter Blue. So apparently Elon Musk, he's gifting some celebrities the blue check mark, but it doesn't matter. You've devalued it. The reason for the blue check mark was to know that an individual was that person. And now you've got all kinds of crazy lunatics. I'll have someone hit me up on Twitter with the most ass-backwards, ridiculous conspiracy garbage. I mean, totally blown out the butt bonkers, all right? And now they have a Twitter blue check mark. I mean, he's ruined it.
Why don't they do it like the people like who are so famous they get to keep it? Why don't they give them like a red check mark, and then the people who buy it have a blue?
That's the point. I mean,
well, here's the deal. Governmental agencies get a gray check mark. Excuse me.
Right.
So, excuse me.
No, so there's different color check marks that mean different things.
Yeah, I'm choking up over here. So government agencies like the White House and like the Department of Defense, they'll get like a gray check mark. That means it's a governmental institution verified. Now, businesses like news organizations, they have to pay now. And they'll get like a gold check mark. But some of the numbers here are ridiculous. I'll give you an example. So for individuals to keep their blue check mark, you got to subscribe to Twitter Blue, $8 a month. But then there's a $1,000 a month starting fee for organizations to be verified. So you might have to pay $12,000 or more for your organization to be verified. And then $50 a month for each affiliate or employee. So let's say NBC News. They've got to pay at least $1,000 a month.
Really?
To get their little gold check mark. And let's say they want all their reporters verified. They have to pay $50 a month for their reporters and employees to get verified.
So you're telling me anybody besides Stephen King and LeBron James who has a blue check mark is paying this morning?
Well, hold on. Let me roll over here. Don't touch the thing. So if I roll on CBS Morning, it doesn't do it on the screen. So on the app, you can roll over the check mark and see if they've paid or haven't paid.
All right. So, I mean,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I got to CBS Morning Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, correction.
Okay, maybe
You
not.
can roll over the blue check mark, and it'll tell you. It'll say apparently now subscribe to Twitter Blue. What you won't know is if Elon Musk gifted it to them or they're really paying $8 a month.
All right, so I am at Michelle Obama.
Right.
Former First Lady of the United States. Yeah. She still has her blue check mark.
Hey, I got to do it on my app. So if I go to my Twitter app right now and I do a search for Michelle Obama.
I'm on a PC. I'm looking at the front of her her Twitter page. She has her Audible book, has her featured photo. She has her headshot. At Michelle Obama, it has a blue check mark right there. Now, she should absolutely have a blue check mark. She's a very important person in our country. It says
this account is verified because it's an affiliate of the Obama office on Twitter. So, but did the Obama office pay?
I don't know. I mean,
you know what? The Obama office probably has a gold check mark on Twitter. Hang on. The Obama office. Let me go to that. And okay, they
all these check marks are nuts.
Listen,
Bill Gates is right here. Bill Gates, he doesn't have a check mark.
Nope.
Michelle Obama does. Nope. NASA has the gray check mark. At POTUS, President Biden's handle, the government handle.
Any president will get at POTUS.
Right. That one goes with the office. He had. Okay, this is dumb.
It's a mess. And then you have celebrities that are apparently, because Elon's concerned that all these celebrities are going to walk away from the platform. Oh, I'll give you a blue check mark. I give it to you for free. I pay for you. Give me a break. It's just a total mess.
When did he become an old Italian man?
I give it to you.
I give it to you. I mean, what's up with that?
I'm sorry. On to this Airbnb deal. Man, two weird Airbnb stories. First of all, an Airbnb host says that a guest stole a picture out of the house and replaced it with another photo. Like they weren't going to notice that the picture on the wall has been replaced with something else. Airbnb hosts have, I guess, long had issues with certain guests stealing items, but this is an Airbnb host that shows a picture of the apartment that a guest stayed in, a before and after picture. The before is the picture that was there, and then the after picture is a completely different picture.
All right, so there's a couple of things that could have happened. One, you could have broken the picture, and you were just trying to replace it to, make it go away. And I have a friend who does a bunch of Airbnbs, and he told me if it's not stapled down, you have to be okay with it being stolen.
What a mess. So people apparently steal things left and right. If you're an Airbnb host, the guests are ripping you off. But brazenly taking a picture off the wall that they liked and then putting a whole different picture on the wall?
Dude, if I break the picture, let's say it fell off or I used it for playing indoor baseball or something crazy happened or I cut the fabric, you're going to charge me a ridiculous fee for it, or I can go to Ross and pick up some generic photo and replace it.
I didn't even give out the phone number on this, but people are calling in. Listen, if you're an Airbnb host and you've had crap ripped off or you had people try to pull up a big old scam-a-llama ding-dong on you and put in a replacement item. Listen, I can understand. You break the can opener, you put a new can opener in there, you buy it for $6 or whatever.
But you can't replace the painting.
Well, it sounds like somebody liked the picture. They stole the picture, and instead of having like an empty wall space with just a hook, they just found some other picture to jam it on the wall like the Airbnb host wouldn't know. All right, hang on. Sarah's in Clearwater. Hey, Sarah, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi. I've called in a few times. I love talking to you guys.
Thank you.
Listening to you guys.
Thanks. And?
So, yeah, we do have an Airbnb host, and the problem we run into is if you try to go to Airbnb support, you bring pictures, you show them everything going on, they always side with the guest, and you can't get your money. And
Whoa. How can they, if you have a guest that rips you off, how can they side with the guest? I'll tell you what, Sarah, give me an incident where you had to try to complain about a guest in your place. Give me an example of what they did, your complaint, and how they sided with the guest.
Unfortunately, I've been lucky enough we haven't had it happen. We have had to ask for them to take reviews down when haven't been truthful. And we've been told, no, you can't take them down. But I have heard from multiple hosts who have had stains on their sheets, towels taken, and they said, we went to Airbnb and they did nothing. They had all this supporting documentation, and they said there's nothing they could do about it.
All right, so that's why you say that it appears that Airbnb always sides with the guest, and they kind of screw the host.
It's true.
Okay.
I'm on a Facebook page with multiple hosts, and we're so afraid of getting our superhost status taken away that a lot of hosts just don't even do anything about it.
Yeah, you have to be okay with stuff getting ripped off if you're going to be in that business.
All right, so if some guest of yours steals a forklift from Home Depot and rams it through a wall in your place, they're going to side with the guest? It's just a forklift.
It's true. Somebody had where they had multiple pictures, and the guests even confirmed. They said no smoking. The guests confirmed that they did smoke. The cleaners took pictures, took video, and the Airbnb support sided with the guests. And the guest said it never happened.
Oh, my God. That's terrible. Yeah, you know
what?
what?
A lot of people are going to direct bookings rather and getting out of VRBO and Airbnb.
Well, also, you get to keep all the money. So, how much money or what percentage do you give Airbnb?
They take, it's not only 3% host fee. We had a month-long stay one time, and VRBO took over $1,000 for doing nothing.
Except running the platform that got you the customer.
And we do everything else.
Right. I got it.
Yeah, but listen, they deserve a percentage. But
yeah, I mean, okay.
And how much was the total cost for the month? So I'm trying to figure out what percentage they took.
So the total cost was, I think, $6,300, and we only got about $4,800 back.
Holy, yeah, that's a high percentage. That's a lot. All right, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you calling in.
You're welcome.
All right, the other Airbnb story is an Airbnb host got nailed with a high utility bill because guests purposely left the water on.
Oh,
I guess there was a dispute. See, this is what you're dealing with.
Like the wet bandits.
Yeah, you got to get in there quickly. Once your Airbnb guest vacates, get in there fast. So apparently, an Airbnb host, there was some kind of dispute, and they left all the faucets on.
So did they flood the place?
They didn't flood the place.
Okay, well, at least it went down the drain.
Apparently, the water went down the drain. However, they left the gas on, too. That thing that could have blown up. So they left the gas and water on. When you're dealing with people, essentially, people are nuts.
Yeah. People
are out of their minds. And, man, you put a lot of trust in people. Like, what was that deal? I don't know if it's still... What's the car sharing deal where, like, you can travel to a city and you'll meet somebody and they give you the keys to their car to drive?
Weren't you going to do that, Fester?
Oh, yeah.
Turo
Turo,
is a car rental
Turo.
service. I have a buddy who has a mini Turo business. He has like 10 Jeeps, and he rents them all. They're always rented. You come to Florida, you book a reservation.
But how do you get out of the liability issues? Let's say one of the Turo rentals smashes into a school bus and you got 22 kids that are hurt. Do they go after your Turo buddy that just rented them a Jeep?
I know he has insurance through a major carrier, through a business umbrella insurance policy.
But like Turo, if you have a fleet of cars that you expect to get banged up, or one car, two cars, I get it. But there are people that apparently will turn over their daily car, their own personal vehicle, with like Turo. And what it is, you can rent a car from like an individual instead of renting it from an agency.
So when my wife bought her Tesla, right, the salesperson drove to work that day with two other people.
Yeah.
Because they take weekend shifts as to who's going to be the driver and which two are going to rent their cars out on Turo. And they make enough money over the course of the month by renting their car out to cover the payment.
Hey, Bradley, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Brad, what's up?
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to tell you a story I had about an Airbnb. I was charged almost a $1,000 cleaning fee.
What happened?
Well, yeah.
There was a mess in the bedroom, and I used some towels to clean it up.
What kind of mess? What'd you spill?
It was some Big Red soda.
The worst soda ever. The Pride of Texas Big Red soda.
So you spilled what, a 2-liter bottle of Big Red soda on their white carpet?
Whoops.
No, it was hardwood floors.
Oh,
and
okay.
I used this guy's fancy white towels to clean them up.
Oh, so you used their towels to clean it up.
Yeah.
So suddenly their towels look like a murder scene cleanup because it was a red soda.
Yeah. So they were beyond repair. So sorry about that. That's one of my cats. They're beyond repair. So I threw them away. And then I go out that night and I get this crazy text message from the owner saying, "Oh, I saw what you did with my nice towels."
How did they see what you did?
He had security cameras everywhere. Everywhere in the common areas outside, in the hallways, and then outside the home too. So there was a camera pointing at the trash can. So he saw me throw the towels away.
Oh. So what was the resolution? They nailed you for $1,000?
Yeah, he nickel and dimed me for every little thing that was wrong with the house. He said that I had taken like an Xbox system and a bunch of video games. So I was charged like $560 for that on top of the $300.
Wait a minute. Did you take the Xbox and the games?
No, absolutely.
So why the hell did he concoct that story?
Okay.
Oh, so he was piling on.
Yeah, he was just trying to do nickel and dime me for every little thing, like things broken in the house or things broken in the room that didn't work before. And I'm still disputing that with Airbnb right now.
But have they already charged you?
To pay it.
Have they already charged you, Airbnb?
Yes, but I disputed it with my credit card.
Yeah, I was going to say your recourse is with your credit card.
So I'm kind of blacklisted from Airbnb.
No, blacklisted.
Verbo would be happy to have you.
All right. Hey.
Oh yeah, Verbo's great.
Yeah.
They love me.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
Have a great day.
You too.
I've met several people lately who've had problems with Airbnb and they've moved to Verbo and have had a lot easier of a time.
I think we've rented from Airbnb like once, and we've done a couple of Verbos, and I think we've had good luck with Verbo, actually. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm looking at a large pile of leftover stuff we got to get to, because you know me, in the weekends, I hate to leave good MJ Morning Show material on the table. So we're going to clear this table off in the final segment of the MJ Morning Show next. Also, if you didn't hear when we're making the big announcement, massive, huge announcement is coming. If you didn't hear when, I will tell you first up next when the big announcement is coming. Here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, stand by. you might have pissed off the listener?
Possibly, yeah.
I thought you just said something to that effect.
If I think what you haven't given all the information, so
All right.
I have to listen to what you have to say, but it might be me.
All right, folks, this is the MJ Morning Show. This is Q105. It is 9:33. Don't forget, coming up at 10 o'clock, our big Rock the Cash Box contest continues. Every weekday, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m., we'll give you that special word. We'll give you the text number. You text the word to the text number, and then you're instantly in the running in our nationwide contest for $1,000. So it happens again in 27 minutes from right now. I was just checking my Instagram during the commercial break and the song that we typically play after a commercial break, and it comes from Bahia Gazal on my Instagram, and I don't have a lot of information here, but Bahia Gazal writes, Fester and Froggy are rude. They just responded to my text by calling me a goofball.
What?
I
Wait a
responded by reciprocating with the same
the text
remark.
line.
It's terrible PR. I won't be listening after that.
Well, it's a she. I think her name is Catherine.
I hope
And
Hold on.
I said she was a goofball because she said.
Oh, so
she
it
got-
was
Roxanne!
you.
Roxanne.
Hold on.
I-
Fester and Froggy are getting blamed, and
Listen.
you called a listener a goofball?
Yeah, I call,
Heavens, no.
yeah, I call him a lot worse. Be glad you didn't text me.
I did. Do you know how many comments I get on the text line that I have to diffuse when people are upset about things that any one of us may say, and I have to go, listen, silly, listen, goofball, we're fine. Like I said, listen, it's not a big deal. And then she said, you're a goofball. And then I responded back and said,
Whoa.
we're all goofballs. You're in good company.
Wow. You know, it's incredible how emotionally attached people. This is a radio show. I mean, listen, we deal with serious stuff.
I'm telling you,
we
by the
do-
end of this 4 hours, I am so beat down from this text line and the emotional energy that people put towards me.
And it's mostly good, though, right?
99% of it is amazing and positive. But
Do you
then
have a phone
like,
number for Bahia, Ghazali, Catherine, or whatever it is?
we need
So-
to call her. I'm trying to find it, but this is early in the show. She was mad about something.
Oh, yeah, 3 hours ago. So
3 hours
this
ago.
this comment came into my Instagram.
We're going to give this person time because they got pissed off over being called a goofball?
Yeah.
Well, they're not listening anymore. I got to turn this frown upside down. I
Do you know
got
how
to
many
fix
people
this.
Text and say I'm changing the station right now because of XYZ.
What?
And
That's not
You-
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that happens.
Listen.
It happens. 99% of it is good, but then and then you have.
Oh,
to
I
just
know.
diffuse
Am I
them.
the only one that points him to the door?
It's incredible, though, that we'll say something and somebody will get offended. I mean, 9,000 people will be laughing, or maybe 90,000 people. 900. So tons of people will be like, and then one person's pissed off and they're like, I'm never listening to your show again.
See you later, pal.
Yeah.
Don't let the door hit you.
All right, so can you find this text
MJ,
so we can call Bahia Ghazal Catherine or whatever the heck it
I
is?
get.
Is there a
I
search
mean,
feature on the text where you can like isolate a word like you can
No.
on your phone?
There are hundreds of texts that I've gotten today.
Yeah, MJ.
So
if-
this is a needle in a haystack. I'm trying to remember what my last response to her was so I can look for
All
it.
right,
If-
I got to find out.
if she's
What?
pissed off over the word goofball, MJ, we might want to let this one go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just hate to have a pissed off listener.
If she really loves us, she'll come back like a
attention to
dog.
all
All right, here's what I
listeners.
want to
well,
do.
Well, she told us she was. The reason I said goofballs because she said she wasn't listening anymore.
All right.
And I said, these are jokes, goofball.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my
And then
God,
she
Roxanne.
came back and said, you're a goofball. I said, we all are.
Language.
Roxanne.
Here's what I want to do.
Oh, my God.
I want to go to phones here quickly. I want to talk to people that hate us so much they're never listening again.
That's,
So if you are not listening to the show and we've pissed you off
All right.
and you will not listen to us, if you hate us, if we've offended you, if we've
What are you doing?
angered you,
Stop.
if anyone
I want to stop. I want to call in right now.
if anyone is listening
Jeez.
that never listens anymore, if you're listening right now but you never listen to us again, I need you to call me. 800-990-1047. So what?
What are you doing? Stop. Don't call in.
I want to talk to
we
people.
We don't want to talk to you.
I want to talk to people that are offended and they're not listening to us ever again, and they're not listening right now. And I don't want I don't want them to call us. 800-990-1047.
You know they're not listening. They've already threatened us with the "I'm not listening."
This is a riddle because you're asking them to call if they're not listening, and they're not.
Joke.
Well, that's the joke. That's the joke.
MJ, listen.
So if you're not listening to us and we offended you some time ago and you're not listening right now, please call us. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. And while I'm at it, let me apologize for the rapid, unscheduled disassembly of the show today.
We've had several of them, actually, over this week. MJ.
By the way, I love that. So the Elon Musk Starship rocket blew up in spectacular fashion. I think they actually pushed the self-destruct button after it failed. But they described the rocket blowing up into a jillion pieces. It was technically described as a rapid, unscheduled disassembly.
Yes, very unfortunate.
Oh, look, all these people are calling up that don't listen anymore.
Oh, God.
Let me go to Alberto. Alberto, so you don't listen to the show anymore?
I won anymore because I'm really mad at you guys.
All right, thank you, Alberto.
Hold on, Alberto, why are you not listening anymore?
Why, Alberto?
Well, since yesterday, now you will stop calling Roxanne's perpetual fiancés, dog. You won't use that wording anymore, so I'm really mad about it because I used to love that.
Oh, he can still do it.
Perpetual. It's hard for you to say.
All right,
I think.
so,
yeah.
all right, so
It's hard
Alberto,
for me to say.
the fact that I can't call perpetual fiance since Roxanne is now married to Dig Dug, you're not going to listen to us anymore.
That's correct. I'm stopping it right now.
What if we just play the jingle?
I love you. I always call you.
Alberto, you're such a goofball.
Love you. Oh, don't call him a goofball.
I know. That's a trigger word for some people.
All right, thanks, Alberto. Have a great day. All right, here's Marty. Marty is never listening to us again. Marty is not listening right now. Marty did not hear me give out the phone number. Marty is calling. Yes, Marty.
Marty, this is Marty. Hey, MJ. First of all, I mean, I listen to your show only because Roxanne, she's hotter than hell, okay?
Yeah.
But you pissed me off a couple of weeks ago when you were talking about people having panic attacks. You have no idea what it is to have a panic attack. You've never had one.
See what you did?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're giving Marty a panic attack right
He's
now.
having He's
Marty,
having an episode
Marty,
now.
Have a great weekend, and remember, we're just a radio show.
Marty,
We're just trying to have fun.
You sound like a beta,
Marty, I have panic attacks too.
Not alone. Roxanne has panic attacks every hour on the hour.
Just finished one.
All right, Marty. Look, Marty's laughing at panic attacks now. Look, I've turned him around.
See?
Now he's laughing at panic attacks.
Marty came in hot, now he's laughing at his own condition.
All right, Marty, have a nice weekend.
See you later.
All right, you too.
Try to remain panic attack free this week.
Hey, MJ,
No, too late, Marty.
One question.
Yeah.
How did you're Todd Schmidt's your name? What's with the MJ?
Todd Schmidt.
Oh, well,
That stands for most jerks, sir.
MJ is a radio name I came up with in 1986 when a program director named Al Brock on 97 Star WGHFM in Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Newport News. He said I could not be Todd Schmidt on the radio. I had to come up with a different name. So I came up with MJ. That's where it came from.
All right, I get it, but I listen to you guys every morning. Hey, Roxanne,
All right.
take care, baby.
Goodbye, Marty.
Bye, Marty. I'm sorry. What was that? What did he say?
He said, hey, take care, baby.
Oh, take care,
Hey,
Marty.
this is Marty. I have panic attacks, and I have the hots for Roxanne.
Bob's in Zephyr Hills. Bob is angry at us and is never listening again. He's not listening right now. Yes, Bob.
No, that's not true.
Oh, okay.
MJ.
All right.
But
All right.
I left the other radio station because I'm mad at them.
Okay.
And I like listening to you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Bob. Roberto, and thanks, Bob. Have a great weekend. Last one on this. We have, hang on a minute. I got to disconnect this line here and then bring this one over here. Let's grab last call. Roberto is on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Roberto.
Hey, MJ.
Are you angry? You're not listening to us?
Well, I need to know if I'm speaking to the ambassador of Scuba.
Yes, this is MJ, the ambassador of Scuba. Yes.
Also, the alumnus of two fine schools, the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Robert, I never went. Roberto, I never went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting.
Hey, Roberto, how about you leave the jokes to us and just call it us when you want? What's up?
It'd be nice to Roberto.
This is nice. I could call him a goofball. like Roxanne does to angry listeners.
Roberto, go ahead.
If you play that Ozempic, I'm done with you. That's it.
Hit it. I'll give you $10 if you play it right now and Roberto goes away.
You're saying if I play Ozempic again, you're done with us?
Let's do it. Do it now.
You got it.
All right, pack your bags, Roberto.
Bye, Roberto.
Good riddance.
He told us.
Oh my God, good riddance.
Thanks for calling, Roberto. Oh, that guy. Good.
That's the way to end the week.
Sorry. You know what? I don't know that I could encapsulate this week better with any better two words than good riddance.
Good riddance, goofball.
Man. It's been a crazy week. All right, a couple of things before we go. Generation Z. I tease this. I got to do it. Generation Z, many are not going on traditional dates. They're not going to like a restaurant, a movie, or
They're going to a park?
show or what. Guess what Generation Z is starting to do? First dates. What do you think Generation Z? And Generation Z, give me the dates on that. It's like 1996 to
2012.
20. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right. All I can say right now is I've never been happier to be a Gen Xer because what were our dates? Like steakhouses, nightclubs, and strip clubs.
I went to Cheat Cheese at Lynn Haven Mall in Virginia Beach. Yeah.
Where are they going?
So hold on, you said strip clubs and steakhouses? That's a lot of meat in one night. That's a very, very, very carnivorous diet.
That's why Roxanne and Dig Dug are investors in the meat market in Hyde Park.
Yep.
All right, here's the deal. Gen Zers, they're going on first dates to do yoga.
So
yoga and going to like workout facility, doing first dates at like unconventional places.
That actually is a fun date, or it's fun to do fun thing to do with someone you like. But I wouldn't do it for a first date.
If you're meeting somebody, it's, you're breaking the ice, getting to know them a little bit.
Hey, downward dog.
Yeah. Well, listen, I may come a little later in the day. You play your cards right there, buddy.
Oh, stop it.
Hey, what's the point of all this?
Oh, you know what else we didn't get to today? So we got to mention it here before we get out of here. Guess who is not going to be charged? No. Alec.
No charges.
No.
Criminal charges against Alec Baldwin have been dropped for pulling the trigger. And, well, he says he never pulled the trigger. Now there's another story out that the trigger might have been replaced prior to the just weird stuff. So Alec Baldwin, the charges have been dropped for him shooting the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, on the set of that indie low-budget Western Rust.
So now that they've started filming the movie again.
Yeah, don't say shooting. We don't need another shooting.
Who's the arm?
That they were about to resume shooting in Montana after leaving New Mexico. Filming. So they started filming again yesterday in Montana.
Yeah, shoot laws are a lot friendlier in Montana.
And the same day they start filming, now we find out that the charges have been dropped against Alec Baldwin. And then Alec Baldwin's like, I owe it all to my wife, Ilaria. And
it's true. He owes it to me.
Who else?
I think that's it.
He mentioned his lawyers.
Yeah.
A tweet. Thank you to my beautiful wife and my lawyers for getting my ass out of this jam.
So Alec Baldwin is not on the hook. Well, I would imagine from a civil liability issue, I'm sure that he's monetarily is going to get his ass sued the hell off.
Yes.
But he doesn't face criminal charges any longer in New Mexico.
Sued by who? The husband works on the movie.
Well, he's not working anything. He's just getting a title credit so he can get paid for perpetuity.
Yeah, you think because of the controversy and like a woman died on the movie, is that going to make this movie Rust? Is it going to make it a hit?
It's going to make it very interesting. I mean, I want to see it just to see it.
Do you?
Are they going to show that scene?
Yes, a cinematographer off in the background getting popped.
No, I'm saying, God, you're an idiot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this rapid, unscheduled disassembly is coming to an end here on the MJ Morning Show.
We're about to fall into the Gulf of Mexico.
Exactly. After a catastrophic, spectacular explosion.
Thank God we have a scuba guy.
An ambassador. According to Roberto the Youngster.
With the capital ASS in the middle.
We got to roll. Have a great weekend, folks. Don't forget, on Wednesday next week at 7:30, the big announcement is coming. So prepare yourselves. Wednesday at 7:30 next week, a major announcement. Now, will I give some clues leading up on Monday and Tuesday? I don't know. Maybe. Who the heck knows? Have a great weekend. Anything, guys, before we shut things down?
Nope.
Roxanne, anything?
Oh, I'm having fun with all these goofball texters right now. They won't quit.
Watch
Roxanne,
your language.
Enjoy your first weekend as a married woman.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Of course, Roxanne with the big blurt yesterday that she got married. This weekend's going to be the 1 week anniversary.
It is
So
Sunday.
Sunday is going to be the 1 week. What do you get for like 1 week? I know it's like crystal and paper and gold and
Give him cotton ball.
The 1 week anniversary. I think it's gravel.
Yeah.
I think it's road gravel. Belly button lint is.
It's sand.
You ever smelled your belly button lint?
Oh, you stop
Froggy,
it.
come on.
We got to get out of
Yeah,
here.
let's
Folks,
come on.
have a
Be done.
great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. MJMorningshow.com. If you need to get a hold of me, my private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's my personal private email. And we'll see you back here Monday on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And let's be careful out there.